studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
62 and cloudy at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. As many as 30 residents of an apartment building in Squirrel Hill have lost their homes after Tuesday morning's massive fire. It took firefighters more than 4.5 hours to get the blaze on Forward Avenue under control. Now an emergency demolition is scheduled after the roof and part of the building collapsed. Battalion Chief John Gardell talked with KDKA TV.
It is a hazard until we get it brought down. We actually have Public Works coming in. They're going to go ahead and mark off the first two roadways of Forward Avenue.
And the Red Cross has opened an emergency shelter for residents to stay at. They'll also help them find new homes and get them necessities like clothing, food, and furniture. One person is dead. Another has injuries following a single vehicle accident last night in Clairton. Allegheny County Police say this happened around 11:45 p.m. in the 700 block of Walnut Avenue. First responders took two adults to area hospitals where one was pronounced dead. State Police investigating a deadly motorcycle crash also last night, this one in Beaver County, at around 9:30 p.m. It happened on Route 51 in Chippewa Township near the Town Center Mall. Video shows the motorcycle moving at a high rate of speed before slamming into a vehicle. The impact created a large debris field. Both vehicles were heavily damaged. The person who died has not been identified, and it's unclear if there were other injuries. Drivers who speed through red lights in parts of Pittsburgh will soon face automated consequences. With the details, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
City Council on Tuesday unanimously voted to contract with Arizona-based Vera Mobility to install and operate the first 6 red light cameras throughout the city at a cost of nearly $14 million over 5 years. But the city can recoup the cost with revenue generated from the tickets. Officials say the goal is to reduce dangerous driving and fatal crashes without requiring police officers to monitor intersections in person. The first batch of cameras will begin with a 60-day warning period. During that time, anyone caught by the automated system will receive a warning, not a real ticket. State law sets the fine at $100. Officials estimated the initial round of cameras will be operational this winter. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
With a fast-growing population, demand for emergency medical services is increasing in Cranberry Township. Beginning next week, Cranberry EMS is expanding its fleet. They're adding a third ambulance to keep pace with the rising call volume. The Butler Eagle reporting the ambulance is stationed in the southwest corner of the township to improve response times. They're operating during peak hours there, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on most days. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 64 points at 45,649. The Nasdaq is up 96 points, the S&P up 38. In KDKA Sports, after losing 4 straight, the Pirates will try to chalk up a win at Baltimore tonight. Paul Skeen starts for the Bucks. First pitch at 6:35. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to call Botkin Family Wealth Management, a local veteran-owned independent financial planning and investment firm. 62 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
It's another gigantic 2-day sale today and tomorrow, September the 10th and 11th in Coos Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, fresh whole pork tenderloins, $2.88 a pound, and fresh all-natural boneless, skinless chicken breasts or breast tenders, $2.88 a pound. In our produce department, great for baking or frying, Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bags, $2.88 each, and yellow cooking onions, 3-pound bags, $1.77 each. In our deli department, Sugardale Classic Virginia baked ham, $3.99 a pound, and in our bakery, 8-inch classic pumpkin pies, $5 each. And stock up on these. Selected varieties of Hillendale Farms bagels, 6-count packages, 4 for $5. Central Everyday cream cheese, 8-ounce boxes, 3 for $5. And Gia Russa pure, mild, or extra virgin olive oil, half-liter bottles, $4.99 each. And selected varieties of Wise potato chips, 7.5 to 7.875-ounce bags, $1.88 each.
At Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com, 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic Powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, as we take a look out on the area roads, we are getting reports just now of an accident in Harmer Township on Rich Hill Road near the intersection with 910, and that's also the intersection with Locust Hill Road. So do watch out as crews are heading to the scene to check out what's going on there. Parkway East on the inbound ride is slow just at Edgewood, Swissvale, but a big reminder for you, the Forward Avenue on-ramp to the inbound or westbound city side of the Parkway East just by the Squirrel Hill tunnels, that remains closed because of the cleanup around yesterday's apartment building fire in Squirrel Hill. Parkway West inbound and outbound very heavy at the top of Green Tree Hill right now, and sluggish traffic rounding the bend by the Point as you get up onto the Fort Duquesne Bridge and its ramps because of bridge inspection crews. Our next AAA traffic on the 5s in about 15 minutes. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and pleasant for the rest of today. The high 78, clear to partly cloudy tonight, though 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow, warm in the afternoon, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm, the high again near 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out. What's up? Here with my beautiful wife, Christine. This traffic cash grab, traffic cam, jag-off move by the city irritates me. Shocking. Before I talk about self-righteous Ron and the note self-righteous Ron just sent me, play those two clips, please, my man. Listen to these clips from this badass researcher Larry had on a short time ago.
Yeah, so what we did is we wanted to look at a very big city that had a program and obtained data through a Freedom of Information Act request through the state of Texas on all vehicle crashes and the location of all vehicle crashes in the city of Houston over a 12-year period. So we had over 1 million crashes, every single police recorded crash in Houston over 12 years. And those included a time period when the city had a red light camera program, when the city did not have a red light camera program. And importantly, we were able to geocode the exact location of every accident. So we knew if it was near an intersection and if it was related, according to the police, to the intersection. So we could rule these accidents had nothing to do with intersections or potentially with the red light cameras. And what we found is that the cameras did not change the total number of crashes in the city. What it did change was the types of crashes. There were fewer crashes caused by vehicles proceeding through red lights and crashing with vehicles on cross streets. But there were also more crashes from vehicles nervous about getting a ticket, drivers nervous about getting a ticket, and suddenly changing speed, kind of slamming on the brakes, leading to rear-end accidents, leading to vehicles kind of sliding off the road and that sort of thing.
All right. Self-righteous Ron sends this note in a self-righteous way. People are being fined for breaking the law, correct? No. Are you saying that people are being fined for following the law? No. Self-righteous Ron. They dropped this program in New Orleans, self-righteous Ron. Why? Because it made so many friggin' mistakes. Oops, Ron. And Christine, you grabbed some fascinating numbers about these red light cams and accidents in other cities. Please let us know.
Yeah, this National Motorists Association has reports from a lot of different cities that have had this, and it does show really in a lot of these cities massive increases in the number of accidents. And at first I thought, well, maybe they're not as bad of an accident, but in Corpus Christi, Texas, where they had the red light cameras, it says, contrary to the claim that the red light cameras reduce the severity of collisions, the number of accidents involving injuries increased 28% from 140 to 179, and rear-end collisions increased by nearly a third from 160 to 208.
Whoa.
And that's just one of the cities. I mean, in one of the cities, there was an 800% increase in the number of accidents. Yeah, that was in Oceanside, California. in 800% increase in rear end accidents.
Wow.
Yeah.
This, Chicago. Check this out. In 3 years, I'm sorry, let me go 4 years. $240 million. Illinois has passed $1.6 billion, self-righteous Ron. Folks, in your opinion, based on what you just heard, cash grab or safety measure? You heard the man. You heard the man. This involved tens of millions of dollars in revenue for Houston. Nassau County, New York, self-righteous Ron. $64 million in red light camera fines. Philadelphia, I didn't know they had them, but they do. $72 million in fines. After all expenses paid, $35 million in bank accounts. Bank accounts for the city of Philadelphia. Self-righteous Ron, I don't care if you're a CDL driver. This is a friggin' cash grab. The numbers you're looking at, Christine, kind of suggest that there is no great impact in terms of public safety.
No, in fact, this is a big one from Los Angeles. KCAL, the TV station there, did an investigation, and they found at 20 of the 32 intersections that were studied, accidents increased where there were the red light cameras, and in several of those intersections, it tripled the accident rate.
Whoa!
That's in LA.
So Patrick, you kind of speculate. What do you guys think? So now, I mean, I'm just assuming based on what we're hearing. So now, if I see a yellow, I'm going to kind of sort of go through it. With the red light cam, I'm going to have trepidation. Is that what we're hearing here? If we're trying to figure this out, right?
That's what it sounds like to me. And if you notice around town, they've already started putting up no turn on red signs on a lot of intersections that have not had them for a very long time.
And Christine, the numbers you're throwing out suggest what I'm saying, right?
Well, and what they're saying is that these are more rear end accidents.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, I think what the red light camera is designed mainly to stop is a T-bone accident, where if you are running a red light and then someone starts to go on a green, that you hit them like a T-bone accident. So it does imply, based on the fact that these are rear end accidents, that people are stopping maybe a little bit sooner than they otherwise would, and the cars behind them aren't really ready for that, and maybe they're following too closely. I don't know, but they're the ones who are not ready for the stop there.
DC's turned it into a friggin' lottery. My daughter, and I'll tell you how I know that they don't care about public safety. My daughter was drifting through at a reduced rate of speed below the speed limit. I think she was going 14 miles an hour.
Right. It clocked her at going below the speed limit on that road.
They send her a ticket for allegedly drifting through a stop sign. If you want to contest it, you have to drive to D.C. and appear in court. And they make sure in the letter to tell you, no points from your license. Show me the money. $96 million in D.C. from those sorts of tickets. $96 million between April and September of 2024. Wow. So forget the lottery. Forget these new games you want people to play. Forget state law about that. Put cameras everywhere. I wish they had cameras downtown with people urinating on the streets and would snag them and fine them. I wish that would happen. I wish they had cameras stopping crime, protecting the citizens of this great town, rather than worrying about whether or not someone is going through a yellow light and sending them a ticket. And the fine is $100. And this crap that the city says this is not a cash grab. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, Marty, hi. Here's a quick story. My daughter spent some time at Walter Reed Hospital in D.C.
Yes, sir.
She had my car, my license plate. I started getting tickets in the mail. Within a matter of 2 months, I got about 10 speeding tickets.
Whoa.
She got 2 tickets within 2 minutes of each other, 2 separate tickets. I called D.C., said, what is going on? and the lady tells me, you better tell your daughter to slow down. They got cameras in the trees.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It's a complete cash grab, is it not, sir?
Absolutely. I spend hundreds trying to tell my kid to slow down, but you might as well talk to the wall.
Yeah, but hold on. They're cherry picking, because I got a ticket driving on the highway in D.C. with the flow of traffic. In essence, hundreds of cars were going the same speed I was going. They cherry pick and snatch you and say, pay up, sir. And that's my problem with it. It's a joke, man. And it's a ripoff. It's a cash grab. Kind of sort of how I feel.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep. Bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we're getting word from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, folks, that we have a disabled vehicle. It's on the ramp from the westbound side of the Pennsylvania Turnpike to PA Route 18. So that's at exit 13. And, of course, that's right by the massive construction project for that interchange and the new bridge going across the river there in Beaver. So do watch out for slowdowns as you try to exit there. We have an accident in Harmer Township. This is on Rich Hill Road near the intersection with Route 910. Parkway West inbound has delays at the top of Green Tree Hill. Outbound, we had reports of an accident earlier. We still have some very sluggish traffic as you come up past the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp, coming out of the Fort Pitt tunnels and going over the top of the hill toward the airport. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, good-looking guys.
Have you heard of Piatta Italian street food? At Piatta, you can indulge in a bowl of creamy carbonara pasta or be healthy with a fresh tossed salad like their farmer's market with grilled salmon. Or roll up the delicious flavors of Italy in a Piatta, a wrap toasted to order and hand-rolled with fresh, authentic ingredients. With 4 Pittsburgh locations in Oakland, Northway, South Hills, and North Fayette, there's a Piatta near you. Piatta Italian street food. Better food fast.
You want to find the greatness in business. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, elderly woman, bunch of trees hanging over her house. Could damage the heck out of the house. She can't pay for it. Carlos took care of those trees. Carlos is a magnificent businessman as well as a humanitarian who gives a damn about people. Greater Pitt Tree Service. The best pricing, the best professionals, the biggest heart. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. Call Carlos. Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old-school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed. Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Pittsburgh's latest jagoff move, red light cameras. As we proved, it's a revenue grab. My man Self-Righteous Ron says, forget it, just throw away people's licenses. No. And I'm going to prove you wrong, Ron. You're having a bad day with me, brother. So the I-Team in Chicago TV pulled the records. They had 2 people, 2 cops determine who gets these tickets from these cameras. Only 40% of the people they grab get tickets. And then more than half are thrown out in court. For instance, a woman who proved that it wasn't her who ran the red light. It was someone behind her. This thing's flawed. It's a joke, it's a cash grab, and it sucks. It's politics at its worst. You know, knows that? My man Jimbo, 40 years in this game. Tell me I'm spot on here, brother.
Oh, you're spot on. Trust me, I was an elected official for a long time. I see what they're doing.
Tell us what they're doing.
It's a cash grab. And the thing about it is, they're not even smart enough to think out of the box. For $14 million, you could hire over 100 city policemen, and that'll solve your problem if that's what you actually care about.
Whoa.
That's such a great point.
That's a great point. Wow.
I mean, think about it. When there's more police out there, people are more likely to be more cautious how they drive, and then you get a chance to solve your public safety issue as well.
And then you prove that it's not a cash grab.
Exactly, because if you really are concerned about public safety, this is a double-edged sword. Look what you could do with $14 million over 100 police officers in the street immediately.
What this says to me, this is the lazy man's way. Just what they're doing in D.C. They put cameras in the friggin' trees. Why? Cash grab. And the data we've just spit out proves the cameras either don't work or they screw people over, right? Right?
Well, that's exactly right, because it's a very flawed system. And, you know, like Christina brought up earlier about people rear-ending, it also creates a situation where it's like, oh, that light's getting ready to change. I'm going to floor it.
That's right.
It's just a bad recipe. It really is. Plus, it gives you that big brother thing, which really irritates me. You know what I mean?
That's annoying, too. And it's a $100 ticket, but Are there fees included? In other words, by the time you leave court, by the time you pay it, is it $160? I don't know that answer. I don't know.
Yeah, they generally have ways of tacking on a $10 bill here or whatever. Yeah, there's always more fees.
Cash grab. Thanks, my man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
He nailed it. See, that's why I love him.
Well, he's been in the system. He knows how this works and what the thought process is. And it totally makes sense. If they're going to spend $14 million just to buy, what is it, like 10 cameras or something? I mean, obviously they're expecting a huge return on that.
They are.
Otherwise,
go ahead, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Marty.
Cash
grab.
grab.
I mean, it's obvious this is a cash grab. This is, this is a way that they've been trying to fight to get, and some of these smaller municipalities and stuff to get radar for, and this is their way around getting radar. They can use these cameras all over,
That's
and
a great point.
it's they're kind of, and a lot of these little boroughs, they depend on a lot of that to fund their police. That's what Killbuck used to do.
Oh,
they used to get everybody on High River Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, that was a notorious cash grab speed trap.
And ended up they dissolved that police department because of that.
They did. Wow. So what they're doing is, this is a great point he makes, honey. They're circumventing the fact that by law they can't use radar.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting cameras up saying, we don't need cops now. Just send them a ticket in the mail. Cash grab. And I tell you right now, people aren't just going to sit back and take it. They're going to peel this and blow this out of the water like they have in city after city after city across America, thinking folks like us wouldn't look behind the curtains. Wrong.
Well, folks, fall is fast approaching, and the September Weiner Wellness Weekend is the 19th and 20th with workshops from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday featuring Dr. Tracy Stroop, Dr. Len Brantzwitz, and Dr. Dennis Courtney. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2, and, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, all in honor of Jamie Dorley's birthday. The discounts on your favorite supplements start August 25th. All of this is the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
University of Maryland Global Campus offers more than 55 flexible online certificates that provide short-term credentials and real-world skills you can use immediately. With a range of affordable undergraduate and graduate certificates in high-demand fields like business, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, and healthcare, you can earn credentials quickly to help advance your career. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
There was this one time I went snorkeling in the Caribbean when I was a kid. It really just blew my mind. We saw the most beautiful corals. I remember thinking they were waving at us as they moved with the ocean. And then there were all these amazing fish. I'll never forget it. It completely changed the way I look at the ocean.
Most of us have a memory of being in nature we'll never forget. Let's protect the world's natural places so more memories can be made for generations to come. Visit worldwildlife.org.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 62 and cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The suspect in a 2020 fatal shooting in Mount Oliver has been arrested. 28-year-old David Barlow was arrested in Georgia this morning. He's accused of shooting Damon Lincoln in the back during a home invasion almost 5 years ago. Barlow is facing homicide, robbery, burglary, and reckless endangerment charges. There's been a 200% increase in incidents of children being lured into sending explicit photos to online imposters. News Radio KDKA's David Bollerado has more on what parents should know.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says parents and children alike need to know there are ways of fighting back. Haley Elizondo of the center tells me that it's important for parents to know that their teens are not alone in being tricked, and reporting a case can add its digital fingerprint to a hash list of images.
It is shared with participating companies or electronic service providers who can use this hash list to review their platforms and remove that image or video if it was to be shared on their platform.
Parents can find the Take It Down tool on the center's website at missingkids.org. David Bollerado, News Radio KDKA.
A traffic calming project is starting today in Squirrel Hill and Point Breeze. That work is aimed at lowering speeds on Shady Avenue. They're adding 4 speed tables, some pavement markings, and signs to alert drivers. A traffic study shows 97% of the vehicles on Shady exceed the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Most travel at 38. There have been 30 collisions on Shady from 2018 to 2024. Construction expected to last a couple of days. Flaggers are guiding alternating traffic from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 110 points at 45,601. The Nasdaq is up 108 points. The S&P up 37. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey, it's Hader Filipponi. A lot of Pittsburghers have a problem, and boy, do I have a solution. If your garage floor looks awful, bad concrete, cracked, you've got peeling epoxy, paint that's yucky, call Comer & Cross Concrete Floors now during their end-of-year garage sale at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Right now, you're going to get the best price of the year, guaranteed, starting with $750 off. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It never cracks or chips like an epoxy or paint job. They'll make it so easy. They're in and out in one day. They're going to fix your garage floor cracks and pits perfectly the first time around. And here's a big one. No subcontractors. These are people that are qualified. They know what they're doing. They're even going to take the stuff out of the garage for you. So now is the time to call Comer & Cross for your best price of the year, guaranteed. They're going to start with $750 off during their end-of-year garage sale. So here's the number to remember, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to COMERcross.com.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment, nestexpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford, nestexpressions.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credits plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
What does a teddy bear dream of? A teddy bear dreams of a best friend that tucks them in at night and wakes them up in the morning, who they share laughs and very secret secrets with. A best friend who they grow up with. What teddy bears don't dream of is being left alone, outside in the rain, in a shrine for school shooting victims who could have been their best friends.
School shootings are preventable. Learn the warning signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
One heavy spot for traffic relates to getting across the Fort Duquesne Bridge in any direction today. We have some bridge inspection crews who are working 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today and then again tomorrow. They are restricting traffic as you try to come from the Parkway east toward the Fort Duquesne Bridge, so kind of rounding the point there and using the Portal Bridge. Things are very slow for you in that right lane down in the bathtub section of the city. They can be working also on the upper deck and on approaches from 279, so just take it easy as you travel there. Parkway West inbound also a bit affected as folks are coming across the Fort Pitt Bridge and heading over to the Fort Duquesne Bridge. So that's backed across the span at times in the lanes, and then the inbound ride does have delays for you right around to that runaway truck sand pile. Earlier accident in Harbour Township still being cleared. Rich Hill Road near Route 910. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite nice for the rest of today with a good deal of sunshine and a high of 78. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, though 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm, high again 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, it's a Wednesday, midway through the week. We got so much happening. Can't wait to talk to you. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 here, KDKA.
I start hearing through back channels that there are homeless folks who are now getting high in a cemetery in Carrick. And then my man Mad Max says, to hell with that, let's prove the point. And Max goes over to the cemetery and does a walk and talk, as we call it, and shoots compelling video showing these homeless folks who decide they're going to live on top of grave sites in the cemetery. It gets worse. Hundreds of thousands of people chimed in on that, including the morons who said, these are just people mourning the loss of loved ones. No, that's a lie. It gets worse. Max goes back. There are folks using heroin, fentanyl, you name the drug, right there in the cemetery. It gets worse. It gets worse. There are hookers, and there are pictures on our site, who have sex and party in the cemetery, and they leave their clothes. Disgusting. And here's what I hear from the idiots. How do you know they're prostitutes? Go away. Shoo fly. Morning, Max. What's up?
Morning, Marty. Great intro. Running with the devil. How appropriate for this segment.
Hey, Max. In our day growing up, brother, if you desecrated a cemetery, you were going straight to hell. Those rules are gone, brother, are they not?
They are, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I would be pretty PO'd if I had a loved one, great-grandpa, grandma, whoever's in there, and somebody is dropping deuces on, somebody's final resting spot. That would not sit well with me.
Describe these pics, though, that we have posted from you. Somebody had sex and left their clothes sitting right there at the entrance to a mausoleum.
Yeah, there's a picture of a woman's underwear and then like a tank top and then one shoe. There's another picture I sent you where there was a bottle of booze, a bottle of wine, and then like a can of malt liquor. So, yeah, these people are hanging out and partying in these mausoleums doing God knows what. And then I sent you the other picture of the guy shooting up in the middle of the afternoon with, what appears to be a female companion that's charging for her time, if you want to put it nicely.
Yes, according to folks who live in that area, that's what's happening here, is it not?
That's 100% accurate. And I know people that live in that area that see it every day. And, regarding the cameras and traffic cameras, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should put some cameras in the mausoleum and then sell memberships to people. Hey, you could yell at, I'll put a speaker and a camera in there so you could yell at people when they go into the mausoleums.
Well, by the way, when the hell did cemeteries become prostitution houses and drug dens? What the hell's going on here, Max? The folks who live over there, have they tried to get law enforcement to get into that cemetery in Carrick and make some arrests?
I don't know. I don't have much in the way of that kind of information, but I'll find out. I'll start asking around and see, what have people tried to get done with law enforcement and local officials? But, that cemetery has obviously been an issue for quite some time because, like I mentioned last week, you have junkies and, scrappers going in there, ripping the bronze doors off of mausoleums. This has been going on for years.
That's disgusting.
And now they're bricked up because there was no gate on them. And to keep people from going inside and using them as, drug dens or whatever, they bricked them up with cinder block. Now, in the lower part of the cemetery, there's still some mausoleums that don't have a gate but are open, and those are the ones that, we suspect are being used as evidenced by the pictures that you were sent last week. So, yeah, something's got to change because this is not. I don't know anybody that could justify this. You tell me any scenario where this is acceptable on any level. It's not. It's not.
I can't wrap my arms around this disgusting behavior. And you say a long time, Max. How long has it been going on? The hookers and the drugs and the break-ins over there.
Well, the one person I talked to has lived over there approximately 10 years, give or take. And he says he's seen that activity going on pretty much the entire time he's been there.
Come on.
So, I mean, I can only suspect that it's gotten worse over the years due to, as we talk about all the time, lack of enforcement or lack of, initiative by the local officials or whatever. So, what's going to happen? You get what you tolerate.
And then the cemeteries go broke. They have no one to patrol in there. They have no security. And that's an old-fashioned cemetery. Some of those mausoleums, I'm guessing, 100 years old. And folks back in that day respected the dead, quite frankly. This would be sacrilege if you did this sort of thing in our day.
Yeah, it would have been. But, here we are today where anything goes. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't have anything.
I mean, do cemeteries have people who work there and monitor these, or is it just they're too big and not much staff?
Well, it's a very complex answer. Most of them have gone broke because everybody's dead, quite frankly, and no one's contributing. And a population decline and families move so they don't take care of them. Back in the day when I was growing up, I mean, these cemeteries were shrines, and this, Max. They had big staffs, quite frankly, and everything was taken
people
care
get
of.
groundskeepers.
Yep. They had security. No one would do this in that day. There were cops always patrolling through there because it was sacred ground. Now they've gone broke. They can't barely keep the doors open, pay for grave sites. I get folks begging us all the time to hire someone to cut the grass at cemeteries. It's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll start doing a little digging and see what I can find in the way of what people have tried to get accomplished as far as getting people out of there or getting law enforcement involved. But
I'm
like I said,
going to reach out to the magistrate over there in Carrick, who's a friend, and find out if they're getting any cops or any kind of patrols over there. If anyone's even tried to look at this. So as it appears now, because of a lack of enforcement, no oversight, hookers and drug dealers have decided this is their new playland. Right? Fair?
That would be fair. It'd be hard to argue against that.
What also disgusts me are the Neanderthals sitting in their underwear in their mother's basement, suggesting that we were picking on someone who camped out in the cemetery because they were grieving the loss of a loved one. A bald-faced lie, Max. Flat out.
You're a horrible person, Marty. You're a horrible person.
No, you shot the video. I'm blaming you, bro. You're burning in hell. Max, I love what you do. I love how you present it, and I love that you give a damn. It's what makes you Mad Max. Thanks, my man.
And I sleep like a baby at night.
You should. Unless you're out prowling, looking for trouble. Mad Max, my man. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic. Powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up as we continue to have this accident in the Harbor Township area? This is on Rich Hill Road near the intersection with 910. Crews remaining on the scene of that particular traffic trouble, so leave extra time or avoid the area if at all possible. Little tough to avoid the bottleneck right around the point in those overpasses that lead you from the Fort Pitt Bridge and the Parkway East over to the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Fort Duquesne Bridge is getting a ton of bridge inspection work from 9 a.m. today until 3 p.m. and then again tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You'll find lane restrictions as you come from the Parkway East and the Fort Pitt Bridge over to the Fort Duquesne Bridge. And at times, crews can work on the approaches from I-279 as well. Parkway West inbound is stacking right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. And a reminder, the Forward Avenue on-ramp to the inbound or westbound Parkway East just by the Squirrel Hill tunnels and the scene of yesterday's structure fire, that remains closed. So leave extra time to get around that. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My guys at Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks specialize in slate. Not every construction company has the knowledge and training in working with slate. I have slate on my home. It can get expensive, but it can also last 100 years. Do it right the first time. Call Sam and Calvin to get on their schedule right now. They also specialize in decks and siding. Call thecousins.com. That's callthecousins.com. I trust them. So should you. Call thecousins.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My niece was getting engaged. And look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew! By the time she left there with her fiancé, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiancé did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
This is Stephen Barry Ehrenrich, and we have a special invitation for you from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
You've got to see what we've done. We have several new displays and changes that give you even more affordable quality options than before.
In the Petite showroom, you'll see the new materials and great ways to use them to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams.
No matter what your style, our designs range from the traditional to the very contemporary and everything in between.
Great new designs and ideas that will fit your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
If you've been here before, you really need to come in and see what's new. Or call today at 412-279-2222. That's 412-279-2222 for an in-home appointment.
If you've never been to Petite, please accept our invitation and come visit our showroom.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Mike from Boston asks, I'm considering changing my advisor after meeting with a new one who favors individual stocks over mutual funds. He says stocks can yield greater income without ever having to sell principal when the market is down. Up until now, I've been pretty much invested in a variety of index funds. I'm hesitant to change advisors. Mike, this screams red flags to me. I don't love the idea of using individual stocks. I think it sounds like a great way for this guy to make a lot of money and for you to pay a lot of fees. If you're feeling hesitant, I think that's your answer.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Drug culture that is pervasive in our society. And then you tie that into the criminal element. There are no more rules. There's no more decorum in cemeteries or in churches. There's a church, a gorgeous church. Gorgeous. More than 100-plus years old, directly across the street on 6th Avenue from the Duquesne Club.
It's a beautiful church there, yeah.
Oh. Cop took me in there and said that drug dealers were bringing hookers into the church, and Patrick was with me when we shot with this video, and they were having sex in the pews and using drugs in the pews. And the ones that weren't having sex in the pews and using drugs in the pews were having sex outside on the church property on the grass, to the point where they had to lock the church and shut it down. It's a grimy, nasty, disgusting drug culture that ties in addiction and a lack of responsibility and self-control and homelessness, and creates this madness to where now we don't give a damn about the cemetery. I'll just have sex there. I'll just do drugs there. We don't give a damn about a church. Nice spot over there in the pews. And the dynamic has changed. And regarding law enforcement, my boy Henry's been a cop more than 50 years, and he's right. In the day, he said, part of the area that we cruised was the cemetery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course. On patrol, they all check the cemeteries.
Wow.
No more. And this is where we're at. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, Marty, good morning. I have a personal experience with the cemeteries. I'm 63 years old. First off, I've been clean and sober 10 years.
Nice.
And we used to party in the cemetery just with cases of beer. But the problem that I seen was the groundskeepers and everybody, all they would tell us was put the case of beer at the end of the road and saying they used to have a Volkswagen box security. That's the only thing they did, as long as we cleaned up. But we didn't do craziness what they're doing today. But the cops wanted us off the street, the old Lawrenceville.
By the way, I get what he's saying.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've been doing that, but today's world is crazy. I mean, but part of it is a lot of the security and, they become homies or whatever. They know this person, they know that person. As long as you didn't mess with the graves or did any, I'm not saying it's right. They shouldn't have let us do it. But we'd have a couple cases of beer and then go to the school dance or whatever. But that's where we partied.
It is. I mean, again,
Allegheny Cemetery.
I remember.
I think it's
I've been there.
the third largest in the country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to share that because I did have personal.
Not that that's
I'm sorry.
okay, but it is definitely different than homeless people setting up encampments.
And having sex
It
and
is.
shooting heroin.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We drank some beer and went to the school dance.
Yeah.
Either there or the river. That's what we did.
No, the game has changed, brother.
Okay, my friend.
I have been to so many cemeteries that are bankrupt, and that means no one's there to take care of anything. I've had folks go in and fix up cemeteries. We did one in Penn Hills, and at the end of the day, It's very expensive and time-consuming,
Sure.
and people can't afford to even have the grass cut anymore.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, a lot of them are affiliated with churches,
That's right.
and the churches
That's
are
right.
running out of money and
That's
have
right.
fewer people, even living people, who are involved.
You know, there was a time when it was prestigious to be in certain cemeteries. Not anymore. Because families now struggle to pay for even a headstone, a proper funeral.
It's very
And then
expensive.
what you said, honey, the churches have gone bankrupt. They don't have money. They can't take care of the cemetery. They don't have staff to do anything in a cemetery. But to your point, sweetheart, there has to be some level of some light goes off. Maybe I'll shoot up somewhere else. For the hookers, maybe we'll do business elsewhere. I don't.
I mean, it does point to the larger problem of homeless people. Where do they go? They have many of them have so many other issues. You know, whether it's drugs, alcohol, mental health.
You're right.
There's a big problem.
And I get that. But we can't constantly be apologists for this aberrant, disgusting, vile behavior of taking a crap on a gravestone.
Absolutely
And leaving
not.
rolls of toilet paper in the cemetery, which is, by the way, all in that video.
Yeah.
And not giving a damn about where you get high or having sex in church pews and getting high. At some point, somehow, we have to take responsibility as a culture for what the hell's going on.
And respecting our loved ones who
Yes.
are buried there.
And God forbid, your grandparents would drive through that cemetery to see their loved one, and someone was getting high or having sex, and all of a sudden got real defensive about your grandparents there, and someone got hurt. It's a bad deal, and it needs to stop. I'm gonna talk to the magistrate in Carrick and see if we can maybe get some patrols through there and get this stopped. Once again, we're not suggesting that drug abuse isn't a massive problem, but you can't tell me that sex and drugs and booze and tents and toilet paper in a cemetery plays right with you. You just can't.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, in the time I've known Bob Tootie, his company, Tootie Mechanical, has put 400 free furnaces in homes. I'm serious. That's where they begin at Tootie Mechanical. Known Bob since high school. He's been that way since high school. The best service, the biggest heart, the greatest facilities and equipment. They use it there. Tootie Mechanical. It's an amazing place. All about family and helping. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwick Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 28th.
It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghrenfest.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
66 and cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The latest on the Squirrel Hill apartment building fire is the property owner has been notified it has 48 hours to bring the building down. And KDKA TV's Jennifer Barrasso says if the owner fails to take any action today,
the city's PLI will initiate a city-led demolition using capital funds.
On the Big K Morning Show, Jennifer said there are still hot spots in the ruins because fire is trapped under the large amount of building debris. One person is dead, another has injuries following a single vehicle accident last night in Clairton. Allegheny County Police say it happened around 11:45 p.m. in the 700 block of Walnut Avenue. First responders took 2 adults to area hospitals where one was pronounced dead. And state police are investigating a deadly motorcycle crash last night in Beaver County. It happened around 9:30 p.m. on Route 51 in Chippewa Township near the Town Center Mall. Video shows the motorcycle moving at a high rate of speed before slamming into a vehicle. The impact created a large debris field. Both vehicles were heavily damaged. The person who died has not been identified yet. It is unclear if there were other injuries. The future of any settlement between the city of Pittsburgh and the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse victims remains uncertain. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush tells us why.
It's been almost 4 years since the bridge collapsed, but the court battle continues. Last year, the city said they would settle. On Tuesday, City Council introduced a measure for another $100,000 to go toward their case preparation. This is in addition to the $40,000 they already approved over the summer. Attorney Pete Giglione, who represents one of the victims in the bridge collapse, questions why the city is continuing to throw money at the litigation involving a structurally deficient bridge owned by them that collapsed while people were on it. Giglione is seeking a payment of $500,000, which is the statutory maximum in Pennsylvania. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
With a fast-growing population, demand for emergency medical services is increasing in Cranberry Township. Beginning next week, Cranberry EMS is expanding its fleet, adding a 3rd ambulance to keep pace with the rising call volume. The Butler Eagle reports the ambulance is stationed in the southwest corner of the township to improve response times, operating during peak hours of 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on most days. On Wall Street, at this hour, the Dow is down 226 points at 45,485. The Nasdaq is up 111 points, and the S&P is up 33. A Match 6 ticket worth big bucks was sold at an Allegheny County convenience store. The Pennsylvania Lottery says the top prize in Tuesday's drawing is $4,450,000, and that winning ticket was sold at Kogo's on West Run Road in West Homestead. KDKA Sports, after losing 4 straights, the Pirates will try to chalk up a win at Baltimore tonight. Paul Skeen starts for the Bucks, first pitch at 6:35. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to call Highwood Cemetery to ensure your family's grave sites are protected now and in the future. 412-766-6600. 66 and cloudy now in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
How long have you had sharp pains in your heel or that burning sensation on the bottom of your feet? Do you want to lose weight and exercise but cannot because of foot, ankle, knee, or low back pain? Many people come to the Good Feet store and talk about these same issues. The Good Feet store has helped thousands of customers.
The pain in my foot was so bad I could not walk for any length of time. I walked in the Good Feet store in pain, and I walked out pain-free.
Good Feet arch supports fit in all your own shoes. Ladies, you can now be comfortable in your favorite high heels. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
No shots, no surgery, and no medication. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Come in for a free test walk today.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is an accident in McKeesport. Heads up for the emergency crews who are working this one. It's 13th Street at Jenny Lind Street, so a busy spot for you. You might want to avoid that area. A little tough to avoid the construction zone lane restrictions around the inspection crews who are working along the Fort Duquesne Bridge today. And we've been seeing some heavy traffic at times as you come inbound on the Parkway East and round the point heading for the Fort Duquesne Bridge right now. That's moving okay. We also see some heavy traffic at times coming off of the inbound Fort Pitt Bridge heading over to the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Crews are there on the Fort Duquesne Bridge and its approaches, including the upper deck, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. both today and tomorrow. Parkway West inbound is a little bit slow for you on the front side of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be nice for the rest of today with sunshine for the most part, our high 78. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy and cool, low 51. Sunshine mixed with clouds tomorrow and pleasantly warm in the afternoon, the high about 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The original Yinzer Dogs are here for your next tailgate. Yinzer Dogs, Stanley P. Kachowski Kobasi, Babushka Mama Pierogies, and Yinzer Halushki are all available at your favorite Giant Eagle and Market District. Plus, stay tuned for our grand opening of our new original Yinzer Dogs location in Cranberry. And pretty soon, down the Strip District. It's pure Pittsburgh. Join Dan Marino, Jimmy Crenn, and me, and our Yinzer team. Check us out at OriginalYinzerDogs.com.
Fire doesn't wait, and neither should you. When disaster strikes, call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Can't get it out of my head. The Fayette County horrific incident where an 8-year-old was murdered by her adoptive parents, and the 6-year-old boy has a 0 body mass index. He is in the hospital, Children's. They say he'll survive, but we don't know. Starved by their adoptive parents, both of them charged, but that's kind of after the fact stuff, after the damage is done. We find out in hindsight that in all likelihood, no one saw those kids for probably a year. No one reported it. No one inspected the house. No one made a phone call. And how the hell they become adoptive parents? And if one thing sticks out at me of all this horrific incident, it's this clip from Mike Auble, the fantastic DA in Fayette County, from yesterday morning live. Listen to this.
So that's unfortunately there was a lot going on in this house that we're alleging, and that's what led to further charges being filed yesterday.
Yeah, Mike, tell me about the teeth, though. What was going on with their teeth? What were they doing to these kids in terms of pulling their teeth?
We're not really sure if it was punishment or if it was to avoid medical professionals. But the information we received is that these children had their teeth pulled with a set of pliers, and I know that that's treatment that we're going forward. We were able to confirm that there was damage to these children's teeth.
God, man, I don't. Mike, that's enough. Thanks, brother. It's we can't just say, "Oh, that's horrible," and then move on to the next time. We have to make a difference. There are people willing to do that and wanting to do that. The DA has promised to push that agenda, and so has Dr. Stephen Schaefer, a PhD out of who's a head of the criminology department at the Butler County Community College, full-time cop for 18 years in Connellsville, lives in Dunbar, which is right, kind of sort of in the area where this happens, so he knows the landscape. Doc, horrific interview. Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. I made sure I was able to, I was actually in class yesterday, but I made sure I wanted to go back and listen to it. And after seeing the complaint and hearing him speak, it just takes the wind out of you. I mean, it's horrific. It's hard to even wrap your brain around what all of those kids had to live through.
And you're right. But rather than self-pity, right, or self-loathing and saying this is horrible and getting on with it, you've decided, as others have decided, it can't just stop with the madness and the anger and the frustration, can it, sir?
No, and we spoke about it Monday about the saying "justice for Renee Zimay." And my question is, what's that look like? It has to live on. We have to. You see these horrific incidents, and you just can't go, 3 days, that was terrible, and then we're on to the next issue, and we're on to the next problem. Real change has to happen because our most vulnerable lives are at stake. And I really think that's if we truly want to honor her, we need to fix the system that almost allowed this to happen.
Hey, Doc, one of our callers from that area, former county commissioner, said that the phrase Vietnam has been used to describe Fayette County, which, as you know, is very derogatory. And you worked in Connellsville for 18 years as a cop, so you've seen this stuff. Is that connotation? Is that fair,
I know
sir?
the phrase well.
Is that fair, sir, that connotation? And is this happening there more frequently than you would want?
Well, I will say Fayette County can get pretty wild. You get a lot of different, one of the things I always teach, we get very similar crimes as the big cities, just on a different scale. It's a happening place. To be a police officer in Fayette County, you got to be a strong-willed person. You really do. You see a lot, you deal with a lot, and you just try to make that difference with every case, with every call, and hopefully improving the lives of the people here in this county.
But my man, you know this, and now you live in Dunbar, which is right near where this happened.
Yes, sir.
The argument I hear is that's because it was Fayette County. Is that true? Are there reasons that make it easier? And I hate to use that word.
No, and I understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
I totally understand that, but this is a larger issue. It is.
It is.
It's highlighting in Fayette County right now because of what just happened. But I would venture to say that you could look at all 67 counties in Pennsylvania who all fall under the same Children and Youth Services, which is run by the Department of Human Services of Pennsylvania. And if you could privately speak to a lot of the caseworkers, a lot of the individuals, as well as the police officers, they will all tell you it doesn't work. It just does. It is not a system that you're confident in putting these vulnerable children in the best cases to lead long and fulfilling lives. I just don't believe that's the truth. So I don't think it's just unique to Fayette County.
No way.
It is now because we've had this. Well, and and I talked about the case in Redstone Township. We've had a few, and one's too many. One anywhere's too many. But I think this is a larger systemic issue.
This from Henry, who's been a cop 50 years, in this connotation of Vietnam. State police always say there are a lot of sex offenses in Fayette County. Is that fair, this connotation, this Vietnam thing? Is that fair, sir? Because I don't think it's fair.
To say it's fair, no, because there's a lot of good people in Fayette County. There's a lot of good, hardworking, blue-collar, love their family, Christians, just want to lead a good life. So to say that connotation is fair, I don't believe so. I really don't. I believe in the overall goodness and humanity of people. There are a lot of good people. And I seen it this time last week when that came out, this little girl's missing, and nobody stayed in their house.
True.
Nobody nobody wanted to be recognized for it. Nobody asked to be recognized for it. There were people that I'm saying most people didn't even know they were out looking. I know one individual who I think he ended up walking probably 7 or 8 miles just through the woods, through the creek, just hoping against hope. And nobody knows that, because to be a good citizen, to be a good neighbor, you don't want recognition. You want people to be safe. You want people to be happy. So overall, I understand the Fayette-Nom thing. As I stated, I was a police officer from 1998, 2016. And before I became a police officer in my hometown, I grew up in Connellsville. I heard the Fayette-Nom before, and it's almost as a jest or a joke. But
not that funny, though.
But I don't think, I know, because I don't think we're any more busy than in most other areas. I really don't.
Hey, man,
I
can
think
you hang? Can you hang?
Sure can.
We're going to talk about changing some law and really making a difference. Hang in there, folks.
Yes, and I have some here. Yes.
The man. Let's put this on paper and push the ball. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. What's up is we have the Forward Avenue on-ramp to the inbound or westbound Parkway East. This is the city side of things, right outside of the Squirrel Hill Tunnels and the scene of yesterday's apartment fire. That Forward Avenue on-ramp to the Parkway remains closed. We'll certainly keep you posted on when that might reopen. Big news coming from PennDOT here in the last few minutes. Some beam delivery will be happening on I-376, the Parkway East in Edgewood Borough and the city of Pittsburgh. This is happening today around noontime. These are beams for the Commercial Street Bridge project. And for that to happen, 2 large trucks will travel eastbound or outbound at the Squirrel Hill Tunnels, and they're going to pull into the plaza outside of the suburban side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, so the Edgewood Swissvale side. So around noon today, there will be a closure or a stoppage of the inbound Parkway East right in that area for up to 15 minutes at a time as those trucks move into place. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
So, NASCO Roofing. Here's why I love NASCO. First of all, woman needed a roof and her husband. Horrible situation with the roof. Massive hole on the roof. Massive. No one would fix it. $20,000 plus job. Jerry Nasseri, NASCO Roofing, fix it for free. For free. The work is unbelievable. The warranty, the work, the labor, guaranteed. Absolutely the best products, the best staffing, the best pricing, the best service, and they care. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. NASCO, 412-373-2000. All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's, Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it. Here's what I love about Oakmont Bakery. So, Mark Sorreo is the bakery king. JK is the restaurant king in Oakmont. So, JK turns 60. Guess who made him his cake? Mark Sorreo, Oakmont Bakery. The cake was bespoke, handmade, homemade, anything JK wanted. I love the fact that two men that work so hard that make Oakmont such a wonderful place can celebrate JK's 60th birthday. Oakmont Bakery, where everything is delicious.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So that's unfortunately there was a lot going on in this house that we're alleging, and that's what led to further charges being filed yesterday.
Yeah, Mike, tell me about the teeth, though. What was going on with their teeth? What were they doing to these kids in terms of pulling their teeth?
We're not really sure if it was punishment or if it was to avoid medical professionals. But the information we received is that these children had their teeth pulled with a set of pliers. And I know that that's treatment that we're going forward.
Thanks.
We were able to confirm.
Doc, I play it again because it makes the point that this is horrifying. But it also underlines something you think we need to pursue as citizens and as people who are able to push the ball, in that there's no way in hell, if we, in essence, we're getting a car loan, they pre-qualify you. Man, they crawl up your you-know-what with a flashlight to get a car loan.
Absolutely.
What the hell are they not doing? Who the hell said these two women were capable of raising anything, even a goldfish? And that needs to change, doesn't it, sir?
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt. There's not even a question. And this is one of those issues that I had said. I can't see nobody not getting behind legislation to say, okay, we got to fix this. And this is from all sides. This is from everybody. I just can't see anybody not saying enough's enough. It really is.
Hey, Doc, let's talk about this legislation from Charity Krupa. I apologize. It's
yes,
fast.
Sir.
Really good stuff.
Yes, she is the representative for the 51st Legislative District. So she's just south of where we're at. She's a neighboring district. And I believe her with Representative Warner, who is from our district, have been working together with some of this stuff. I got on this morning to see if any of the text was out on it, and it was not, but I can give some of the highlights. And
sure,
I think they're really excellent, some excellent proposals. And what it's going to do is bring real accountability and some real oversight to a system that has obviously failed. And I'm sure we could pick several different counties where it's failed. The first was protecting our youth, mental health screening for foster and kinship care. Before we place children in a home, we need the adults there who are mentally healthy and stable.
Boom! Hold on! Don't speed through that, brother. Boom! In other words, check them out. Come on, man.
This bill would require psychological screenings and a doctor's sign off.
Why not?
Before a child, I mean, it's
come on.
It's so common sense how it. And what I've seen from a lot of people is like, well, how wasn't this a thing? And
by the way, what a brilliant comment. How the hell isn't this a thing, bro?
And so many people have said it, from students in my class to the guy at the store, or people leaving comments on social media. Man. I mean, this is something that everybody can get behind and understand. The second is protecting foster and kinship children through a school-safe environment. Foster and kinship children deserve the structure and accountability of a real classroom.
Boom.
Not isolation. Not
Homeschooled
neglect.
here. Homeschooled. Set it up to fail. Continue, sir.
Yep. This bill requires they have to attend public or licensed private school unless a judge, I would say a child psychologist, would believe that the best interest of that child would be homeschooling. But I would venture to say you're not going to find too many of those instances.
It's all common sense.
It actually is. The third, stronger sentences for the worst betrayal. Abuse is always evil, and we all can get behind that and understand that. When it's done by a parent, a guardian, or a caregiver, it's betrayal. This bill makes that betrayal an aggressive factor in sentencing for abusers who face the harshest and possible punishments. Now, I also pulled up a legislation that I believe Representative Warner is putting through, and it may be part of this larger bill to where it would reform children youth services, but also strengthen child abuse penalties and actually put a child torture statute in the Pennsylvania Crimes Code, Title 18, that would give more teeth. Not that I think we need any, especially in this situation, but when you can show torture,
that's right,
you can really kind of bring the hammer down. And then fourth, and it kind of goes along with what I found Representative Warner put out, and I'm a huge fan of this as well because it's common sense, is ending DHS's conflict of interest. Establishing a true watchdog for Pennsylvania's children. Right now, the same agency that runs child welfare also investigates complaints against itself. That can't happen.
It's ignorant.
We need transparency. That would be the one thing that if I would ever have an opportunity to suggest to D.A. Auble, I think he's doing a fantastic job in the criminal investigation. But I think it would probably be in the best light, in the light of transparency, to ask an outside agency like the Attorney General's office to come in and look at this incident and take a look at what went wrong, where it went wrong. So there's no questions that judgment's clouded because D.A. Auble's office, even this Pennsylvania State Police, the Connellsville Police, any department here, we work directly with Children Youth Services. We don't want to strain any relationships. So to be able to conduct that investigation freely and fully, you don't want feelings come involved with this. You don't want to, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And I'm not looking for that.
No.
But to be able to have a true, independent investigation for transparency, in my belief, would be the best interest of this case.
Doc. Hey,
and that's what this bill goes for.
If you reach out to the representative, I'd like to have her and you on the air next week, if that's possible, okay?
Yes, sir. I do not know her, but I do plan on probably trying to get in touch with her because offer anything that I might be able to do.
If you don't get her, I'll get her, all right? But I'd love to have you both next week, all right?
I appreciate the opportunity, and I want to thank you for really keeping us in the forefront because our kids deserve this.
They do, brother.
Every kid, every child, all across this great Commonwealth, and truly all across this nation.
Thanks, my man, for caring. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Pittsburgh, tired of using your summer's painting year after year? Then do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I think it increases the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
66 with cloudy skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The scene of Tuesday's massive apartment building fire in Squirrel Hill remains dangerous today. There are still hot spots in the ruins.
The fire chief, Daryl Jones, just saying because there was so much debris, fire gets trapped under that debris. So that is still a concern right now.
One of the Big K on the Big K Morning Show, KDKA TV's Jennifer Barrasso said the property owner has been notified it has 48 hours to bring the building down, but if the owner fails to take any action today, a city-led demolition will begin. Child pornography charges this week against a Whitehall man are the result of tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado tells us how the agency's working with police.
The center operates a centralized nationwide cyber tip line where both the public and service providers can report things like child pornography, enticement, or sexual molestation of a minor. Haley Elizondo tells KDKA Radio when they receive a tip, it's reviewed carefully.
Our analyst team is then looking for possible locations or other information that would be helpful to refer this report out to the most appropriate law enforcement agency.
And they've been busy, not only handling cases of pornographic images, but also minors being lured into sending them. Elizondo tells KDKA they saw a 200% increase in online enticement last year over 2023. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
The suspect in a 2020 fatal shooting in Mount Oliver has been arrested. 28-year-old David Barlow was taken into custody in Georgia this morning. He's accused of shooting Damon Lincoln in the back during a home invasion almost 5 years ago. Barlow is facing homicide, robbery, burglary, and reckless endangerment charges. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 269 points at 45,442. The NASDAQ is up 73 points. The S&P also up right now 25. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
At WIC, they know that raising a family takes love and support. That's why the Allegheny County WIC program is here to help yours thrive with free healthy food, nutrition tips, and breastfeeding support for moms, babies, and kids under 5. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, or caregiver, WIC is for your family. Call 412-350-5801 or visit pawic.com to get started.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You want to find greatness in business. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, elderly woman, bunch of trees hanging over her house. Could damage the heck out of the house. She can't pay for it. Carlos took care of those trees. Carlos is a magnificent businessman as well as a humanitarian who gives a damn about people. Greater Pitt Tree Service. The best pricing, the best professionals, the biggest heart. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE. Call Carlos.
Hey, what's up? It's your pretty kitty on your radio checking in for the Children's Sickle Cell Foundation.
September is National Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and on September 21st, there's a few events I don't want you to miss. There will be a memorial balloon release from 1 to 3 at Grandview Park, and during that day, I need you to wear red. Yep, wear red in support of sickle cell. Make sure you wear red, take a picture, post and tag the Children's Sickle Cell Foundation on Facebook or Instagram. Use the hashtag #WearRed for SCD, and then make a donation. Tag 3 friends and join in the fun. Find us on our Facebook for the QR code and to learn more. To sign up for updates and access community-based services, you can call 1-855-SICKLE-8 or text SICKLE to 66866.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right. So, Marty, we have this Commercial Street Bridge project, the massive replacement of the bridge that brings you on the Parkway East inbound toward the Squirrel Hill tunnels. That's coming our way in July of next year. But the prep work continues. And today is a beam delivery day, apparently. Just received within the past hour the update from PennDOT that 2 trucks bearing some beams for that project will be coming outbound on the Parkway East, and then it's going to result, as they kind of move into place there on the eastbound side of the tunnels, it's going to result in an inbound closure of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. So heading toward town here sometime around noon, you could have a closure of that part of the Parkway East for up to 15 minutes at a time near the Squirrel Hill Tunnels to allow those trucks to move into the work area there for the Commercial Street Bridge project. Please plan accordingly. The Forward Avenue on-ramp to the inbound Parkway East at the Squirrel Hill interchange does remain closed because of all the crews still on scene around yesterday's apartment building fire in Squirrel Hill. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and pleasant for the rest of today. The high 78, clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow, warm in the afternoon, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm, the high again near 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Life changes, and each year, so does Medicare. It's time to review and change your 2026 plans with annual enrollment coming next month. Once it passes, your options are limited. Do you need Part C? Act now. Free personalized Medicare plan comparisons. Pittsburgh-based. Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, it's a Wednesday, midway through the week. We got so much happening. Can't wait to talk to you. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 here, KDKA.
The news of a tax increase has been greatly exaggerated. We had county council members on this show and prognosticators predicting another tax increase for the county this year. Significant issues happening, a lot of trends suggesting assessment issues and revenue shortfalls and blah, blah, blah. Sarah Namorado, she's the county executive, I think. We haven't seen her in 2 years, but I think she's the county executive. Just talked about her budget. And the big news just came down. County Council President, one of my favorite people on earth, Pat Katina, joins us. Hey, Pat, what's up?
Hey, Marty. Thanks for having me. Obviously, there's been a lot of...
Spill the beans, big man.
A lot of discussion recently over whether there's going to be a tax increase. I can categorically say, as of right now, and nothing's going to change, there will not be an increase in county taxes this year.
That's important, isn't it, Pat?
It's very important. I mean, I'll be honest, there are a lot of financial headwinds right now that we're facing. But the most important thing for the county residents to know is no tax increase.
And you know this stuff, Pat, because you live it. How do you pull this off? How does the county pull this off? Because of what you're saying is spot on. There are a lot of headwinds financially, sir.
Well, it doesn't help that obviously the state doesn't have a budget at this point in time. And the county receives a lot of pass-through money from the state for our various programs.
There's going to be a lot of belt tightening within the county that we need to do that's going to help us to hold the tax rate at its current level so that we don't have to push any more burden on the residents of the county. I mean, it's tight right now. I understand it. I get that. I hear from people day in, day out. They're struggling.
Yes.
And the point of the matter is, like I said, no tax increase. And like I said, that's just the most important thing.
Pat Catena, County Council President. Okay, Pat, if you can, and you may not at this point know, you said belt tightening. Be specific. Will there be layoffs, sir?
No, there's no layoffs. No. We're talking about none of that. Obviously, I mean, we're going to control our spending. I mean, we need to basically hold the line, and there's going to be obviously need to be. I mean, a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, we still have another. I mean, the formal budget's not going to be presented until roughly the first meeting in October, but because there's been so much discussion over this over the past few days and the past few weeks,
yes.
And I'm hearing I've heard the rumblings, and I just thought it was important for me to get out there and tell people that no tax increase, because I don't want the wrong message being sent to the county residents, and I wanted to get out there in front of this and tell them that it's not going to happen this year.
Pat, was this something Sarah delivered live?
No, this wasn't delivered live, no.
So she hasn't done this in a public forum yet?
No. The budget will be presented next month, but I can assure you there will be no tax increase.
Tell me how you came to that conclusion. I'm not trying to... I am trying to drill down. Are there meetings? Are there suggestions? You must have had conversations with either her or her people, sir.
There's meetings, there's calls, there's suggestions. All of that goes into it. And like I said, the bottom line is no tax increase.
Nice. Any further discussion about Schumann, Pat, while I have you here? Because I know you are concerned about Schumann just like a lot of other folks.
I am concerned about Schumann. I'm very concerned about Schumann. I've been concerned about Schumann since day one. I mean, we don't have, we shut it down and we really didn't have a solution for it. And we scrambled to try to get something open as quickly as possible. Was that the right solution? I don't know. I mean, I can be the Monday morning quarterback. Yeah. I mean, go back and second guess that. I mean, we got the pods. We got one pod open, but we desperately need additional pods open. So I'd like to see them go right ahead. I mean, as quickly as possible, get 2 more pods online. I mean, is it perfect? Is it the perfect solution? No. But we need the beds. We need the capacity there, and right now we just don't have it. I mean, those beds are constantly filled, unfortunately. I mean, so we need to get those other areas online as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
and 2 more pods, whatever it takes to get those 2 pods.
A young kid was snatched up with a gun in his backpack in Duquesne. The cops did a hell of a job out there in Duquesne. They grabbed the kid up. There's no beds at Schumann. They have to drive to Ohio to find a bed for this kid, sir. And that isn't appropriate, is it, sir?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, get 2 more pods up as quickly as possible, just like we did the first time. Whatever it takes to make that happen. And I believe the administration's working on that right now as we speak.
Hey, before I let you go, there's something that I think is really relevant. I've known Pat for a hell of a long time, and there's no man that I know more focused on law and order than Pat. Why I'm suggesting this is this narrative that all Democrats are all liberals, you're all woke, you think all prisoners should be out on the streets. You don't buy into that, sir. You're a classic law and order guy, are you not, Pat?
I am. I have the endorsement of Lodge 91. I was endorsed by the FOP #1 in the spring, and I expect to get that endorsement again when they have the meeting. So, yes, I am pro-law enforcement, pro-public safety overall. I've advocated for additional funding for our 911 center, getting law enforcement new radios, our firemen trying to figure out what the solution is for basically the volunteer firefighting issues that we're having. Yes, I'm pro-law enforcement and pro-public safety. It's very simple.
And this crap that Democrats don't care about law and order kind of irritates me. It irritates you too, doesn't it, sir?
It irritates me very much. I mean, I've always been pro-law enforcement. I mean, if the police need something, they get it. If the sheriff's office asks for something, they get it. DA's office asks for something, they get it. So, I mean, to make the argument that I'm against law enforcement doesn't hold water, in my opinion. Look at my actions speak louder than my words.
Pat Catena, my man, No tax increase, sir.
Nope.
Zero. That's important stuff.
Zero.
Thanks.
Zilch. Nada.
You stopped the rumblings because you know there were rumblings, sir.
There were. So it's zero. Zilch. Nada.
My man. You're the best, sir. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care, Marty.
Oh, man. Love it. Love it. He's my man. You heard it here first. Cool. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have slowdowns on the inbound Parkway West. Not much fun. They're greeting you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp as you try to fit through the Fort Pitt tunnels. You also have slowdowns on the Parkway East approaching the Point and the Fort Duquesne Bridge because of bridge inspectors who are on the upper deck and on the approach ramps there. Big reminder coming up close to noontime today per PennDOT. A delivery of beams associated with the Commercial Street Bridge project means that around noon today, westbound or inbound I-376 will have a stoppage of up to 15 minutes at a time near the entrance to the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Those trucks are going to be coming eastbound or outbound, but they need to cross those lanes of traffic and head into the work area. So be prepared for that as you make your noontime drive. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This one I got to pay attention to, and I'm telling you why, because it's getting cold, and we got a couple cranky old, beat-up old windows. Our house is 80 years old. Why wouldn't we? So you got to check out Universal Windows Direct, because listen to this. You buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. No limit, folks. And even better, 0% financing for 3 years. No interest, no pressure, and a bonus. $500 off the entire project when you schedule now. So schedule now. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct right now. 412-545-6003. Look, they're got this technology in them. They keep the cold air out. They keep the warm air in. And I'm serious about this. Legit. Their incredible reputation. Professional installation. They handle everything with care and precision and attention to detail. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Designed for working adults, focused on the future. Classes start September 17th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law and by Guardian Protection, your hometown home and business security company. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have you been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer? You may qualify for a clinical trial studying an investigational therapy designed to activate your immune system to fight cancer throughout the body. If your prostate cancer has spread and you've received prior hormone therapy, you may be eligible. Take the next step in your fight. Visit Legion100trial.com to learn more or call 1-888-636-5344. That's Legion100trial.com or 1-888-636-5344.
So we're sitting down, myself and my wife, with Julian Gray next week to talk about a couple things. So think about this, folks. If you have a kid going to college, do you have the power of attorney? No, I'm serious. If they're 18 now and they get hurt and they have to be hospitalized in college, you have the power of attorney so that when you call the hospital, they'll give you medical information. If you don't, you need to get it done. Seriously, it's $500. You got to get it done. It's important and it's viable. Very, very vital. 412-458-6000, grayouterlaw.com, grayouterlaw.com. Also, do you have an estate? When's the last time? So we're putting together a whole new estate plan. Our will was 25 years old. It just doesn't work anymore. So think about your kids going to college so that you can get their medical information if you need it, and think about estate planning. grayouterlaw.com, 412-458-6000. Julian Gray, the best.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Years after Google left the campus of Carnegie Mellon University to establish a new office at Bakery Square, the university is taking some of the tech giant's old space at the Penn Avenue mixed-use campus. A spokeswoman for CMU confirmed that has leased a floor vacated by Google at Bakery Office 2, one of the two recently built office buildings across the street from the original Bakery Square complex. The university's lease of the fourth floor, that totals about 40,000 square feet, represents an expansion of the established presence of the Army Artificial Intelligence Integration Center. Also, 3 years after announcing plans to come to the village, Moonlit Burgers is now open in Sewickley. Last month, co-owner Mike McCoy told the Business Times that he's very confident that the 523 Locust Place restaurant would be open by the third week of September. His confidence was well placed as the local burger chain has now opened the doors to its third location. For now, the Sewickley location will operate on limited hours from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Man, this guest is so relevant, and I'm so glad he's here today because I got to ask him something important. So my sis, everybody knows this, and she's cool with us talking about this if it helps. She has a pancreatic cancer, really, really bad, and overwhelming nausea. Like, if she eats a potato chip, she throws it up. I'm not exaggerating. It's horrible. It's beyond belief to me, the pain that disgusting disease. To my point, so there's a patch, this Zofran patch, and she's getting it today. She had one when she was hospitalized, and it helped. But it's $1,700. And they're cool. The pharmacy's like, hey, here it is, but it's $1,700. And what it's done is it's now we're getting it and paying for it, but the point is that's where we're at with health care for some folks, and for paying for that is not possible for some folks. And thus we have companies like Blueberry Pharmacy and folks like Kyle McCormick. My man Kyle, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Marty?
You know what I'm saying, though, right? The story I told about my sister Barb, that happens every day to thousands of Americans, just different illness, different drug, right?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. And that is the scenario that we have in America. And it doesn't need to be that way. A lot of medications, 90% of prescription drugs are generic. Generic medications are very inexpensive. And unfortunately, those costs aren't seen, those low prices aren't seen by consumers, because at the pharmacy, they get jacked up in price. It's kind of like an MSRP for a car, but take it tenfold of that, where, it doesn't really have any correlation to the actual price of the medication. And so, unfortunately, patients have to pay those prices unless they learn about other options like a cost-plus pharmacy like Blueberry Pharmacy, where medications are just sold at the price the pharmacy buys it at, plus a $10 dispensing fee or whatever. There's another cost-plus pharmacy up in Beaver County, New Brighton area, does the same thing, Forward RX. It's just cost-plus transparent pricing for patients.
Hey, not to put you on the spot, and I don't know this answer, because I just found this out about this $1,700. Is Zofran, is there a generic? Do you know? Is Zofran patch?
There's a Zofran. I'm thinking it might not be. I'm not actually, you know.
I don't know, man.
You kind of did put me on. I don't think that it might be something other than Zofran, because Zofran itself is a tablet that I'm familiar with.
Yep.
And we pay 96 cents for a 30-count bottle of Zofran.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But not to make this about me or my sister, but the tablets don't work. The patch is the miracle for her.
Yeah, no, I'd have to look into the patch, and I can follow up with you on that.
Now you're on the hook for it, brother.
I will. I'll follow up with you.
So I love this. I got to be honest, too. Let's be blunt here. And this is true, is it not? Look, Cuban's a friend of mine. You know this. We go back 20 years. I had him on the show.
Yeah.
We talked about his startup. But am I right in saying you were first? Is that fair for me to say you were first with this, sir? Is that fair?
That is 100% true to be saying, yes.
Right.
We opened March of 2020, and we were doing it about a year before we actually got a call from Cuban had tweeted out that they were going to be manufacturing drugs.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the first drug they were going to manufacture was albendazole, which is an antiparasitic.
I remember.
And they were going to sell it to pharmacies to resell at $20 per tablet. And I tweeted out at Cuban to say, hey, that's great and all, and I'm happy there's going to be American-made drugs now. But patients can already walk into Blueberry Pharmacy and get it for $15 a tablet. So he sent that to his CEO, Alex Oshmiansky, who then reached out to me later that day in 2021. And I told him our entire business model. I thought we'd partner. I thought I'd buy his American-made drugs, sell them at our cost-plus pharmacy. Fast forward a year to 2022, and they open up their competing model, basically the exact same model that we have here in Pittsburgh.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we don't love them. Doesn't mean we don't love you. But
you
my
know,
man speaks the
brings
truth. By the way, I confirm this. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
He brings a lot of attention, more than I can as a personality. So we've grown faster since he's been on the scene.
Cool.
But there's, it's great to have a local option where patients get faster and often cheaper options for the Pittsburgh market.
So let's get to it. How do folks get on your site? How do they get involved? Because I love this. I love this. It's an insane opportunity.
Yeah. So we have blueberrypharmacy.com where patients can go. They can check their price right on our website. All the prices are listed. If not, you can call us, text us, 412-612-2279. And we do deliver to 6 states, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, and Florida. But if you're not in one of those states, I know you have a national audience, Marty. We actually developed the website costpluspharmacies.com.
Nice.
Different than costplusdrugs.com, where patients can actually go and find a local pharmacy near them that offers this same model.
My man, I love it. You know why? Because you care about people. I can see it on your face. You really do, don't you? You do.
Yeah. Nothing brings me greater satisfaction than helping people, especially patients that are in need that have been told their drugs will cost thousands of dollars, and just getting it to them for a fair price and delivering customer service.
I love it because it's local. I love it because you're local. I love it because it's legit. I love it because it's verified. I love it because it saves people thousands and thousands of dollars. And it does it not, sir?
You're right. And, the other great thing is that just yesterday I was talking to a patient who was waiting. They were actually, because of cost, going to buy their drugs. They did buy their drugs from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
But then it got held up in customs. It got held up in customs, so they actually couldn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't know about us. And so yesterday they found out about us, and now they're getting the medication for just $30 right here locally.
It's legit,
so
man.
They no longer need to go from Canada.
I love the name.
It's great.
Blueberry rocks. It's just a great name.
Thanks. My wife came up with it. We tried to make it catchy.
Yeah, you look a little like Cuban. A little bit. My man, we got to sit down. I want to help you in any way I can. I love what you're doing. I love your concept. I love your passion. And I love the fact that you're helping people here locally. I'm serious. Anything you need, man, just let me know. We're in. All right?
Appreciate that, Marty. Appreciate you having me on today.
Oh, please, anytime. I love this concept. One more time. How do people hook up with your business?
Yeah, blueberrypharmacy.com or 412-612-2279. They can call or text that number.
And he's all over that patch, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to follow up with you within the next 10 minutes.
Thanks, my man. I'll have you back on. Thanks, brother.
Sounds good. Thanks, Marty.
I'm serious, man. He's legit.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high healthcare insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement healthcare needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873. Or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com. I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
71 with mostly cloudy skies. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The latest on the Squirrel Hill apartment building fire is the property owner has been notified. It has 48 hours to bring the building down. And KDKA TV's Jennifer Barrasso says if the owner fails to take any action today,
the city's PLI will initiate a city-led demolition using capital funds.
On the Big K Morning Show, Jennifer said there are still hot spots in the ruins because the fire is trapped under large amounts of building debris. One person is dead, another has injuries following a single vehicle accident last night in Clairton. Allegheny County Police say it happened around 11:45 p.m. in the 700 block of Walnut Avenue. First responders took 2 adults to area hospitals where one was pronounced dead. And state police are investigating a fatal motorcycle crash last night in Beaver County. It happened around 9:30 p.m. on Route 51 in Chippewa Township near the Town Center Mall. Video shows a motorcycle moving at a high rate of speed before slamming into a vehicle. The impact created a large debris field, and both vehicles were heavily damaged. The person who died has not been identified. It is unclear if there were other injuries. Drivers who speed through red lights in parts of Pittsburgh will soon face automated consequences. With that story, News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
City Council on Tuesday unanimously voted to contract with Arizona-based Vera Mobility to install and operate the first 6 red light cameras throughout the city at a cost of nearly $14 million over 5 years. But the city can recoup the cost with revenue generated from the tickets. Officials say the goal is to reduce dangerous driving and fatal crashes without requiring police officers to monitor intersections in person. The first batch of cameras will begin with a 60-day warning period. During that time, anyone caught by the automated system will receive a warning, not a real ticket. State law sets the fine at $100. Officials estimated the initial round of cameras will be operational this winter. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Forbes magazine's new list of the 400 richest people in America includes several billionaires from the Pittsburgh area. Edward Stack, Thomas Tull, and Maggie Hardy are on the list. Stack, executive chairman of Dick's Sporting Goods, has an estimated net worth of $5.4 billion. Tull, who owns a minority stake in the Steelers, $5.3 billion, and 84 Lumber and Nemacolin owner Hardy has an estimated net worth of $4.3 billion. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 194 points at 45,517. The Nasdaq is up 72 points, and the S&P is up 30. A Match 6 ticket worth big bucks was sold at an Allegheny County convenience store. The Pennsylvania Lottery says the jackpot in Tuesday's drawing is $4,450,000. That winning ticket was sold at Kogo's on West Run Road in West Homestead. KDKA Sports, after losing 4 straights, the Pirates will try to chalk up a win at Baltimore tonight. Paul Skeen starts for the Bucks, first pitch at 6:35. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. 71 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 28th. It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghgrandfest.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and pleasant for the rest of today. The high 78, clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow, warm in the afternoon, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm, the high again near 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I am so excited to offer this back-to-school special on all draperies made right here in Pittsburgh. Several fabrics are up to 50% off, so call 724-933-5500 or book online for a free shop-at-home appointment. NestExpressions.com. We would love to meet you in our new gallery on Village Run Road in Wexford. NestExpressions.com.
Hey, it's Hader Filipponi. A lot of Pittsburghers have a problem, and boy, do I have a solution. If your garage floor looks awful, bad concrete, cracked, you've got peeling epoxy, paint that's yucky, call Comer & Cross Concrete Floors now during their end-of-year garage sale at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Right now, you're going to get the best price of the year, guaranteed, starting with $750 off. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It never cracks or chips like an epoxy or paint job. They'll make it so easy. They're in and out in one day. They're going to fix your garage floor cracks and pits perfectly the first time around. And here's a big one. No subcontractors. These are people that are qualified. They know what they're doing. They're even going to take the stuff out of the garage for you. So now is the time to call Comer & Cross for your best price of the year, guaranteed. They're going to start with $750 off during their end-of-year garage sale. So here's the number to remember, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to COMERcross.com.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems. They're the people you want working in your home.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Union makeup is fascinating to me. I have known union guys my whole career. Heck, we're in a union. I'm a big fan of all the union leaders here because they push the ball, man. They represent working people. They represent fair wages. They represent making a difference. They represent doing a hell of a job. But what's fascinating is how the dynamic has changed. And I've talked about this prior. They all, just because they're Democrats doesn't mean now that they're voting for Democrats. It just doesn't. Most of the union guys I know voted for Trump. And it's changed the way they think. It honestly... It's changed the way they work. It's changed the dynamic of politics in America and even a union leadership. But it hasn't changed the dynamic of being a great leader. And Darren Kelly, and I go back when he was a firefighter. And the thing I love about him is his integrity, his honesty, and in the pursuit of making a difference and telling the damn truth and access. And he's now what many would argue would be the most powerful, significant union leader in this region, in the Allegheny Fayette Central Labor Council, and he's stepping down. My man, what's up?
What's up, my friend? And you brought up some. Remember, we had some great times. Remember City Council 02, 03. We both were coming up. It was some great times, and I never forgot some of the laughs we had. That's for sure.
We had full heads of hair, man.
That's the truth. I've seen pictures of me when I actually had that. It seems like a long time ago, my brother. It sure does.
Hey, I was mentioning how labor has changed in terms of politics. My man, when you were coming up, if you're in the union, you vote Democrat. And if you didn't, you were screwed. That has changed dramatically, hasn't it, sir?
Well, you know, it's funny. You bring up some great points. And, yes, the political winds, sometimes they do change, but our message doesn't. You know, and we've talked about that. You know, we'll always stick upon the same message. I'll always preach, you know, strong wages, strong health care, work rules. That doesn't go. And a lot of people say, well, that's not sexy enough. Well, we call it the Novocaine approach, right? It works on everybody. Sometimes it takes a little longer. And we will keep that message going no matter who's the president over here.
Well, one of my boys, his son just became a carpenter in the union, and he was crying. He's like, my son just got his first job. He's going to make $100,000 this year. He's in the friggin' union. I mean, it's a big deal because you're guaranteed, number one, you're going to be good at it. Number two, you're going to have great jobs in a future. I mean, it's important, man, isn't it?
It is. And, you know, we talked about it, you know, just, you know, not because you and I are just union members, but the bottom line is it is the truth. I mean, you're going, you know, right to the top, no college debt. It's nothing for these young kids to come up and make between $80,000 and $90,000. Right. And these are jobs, no matter what happens, no matter if you have an R, a D, or an I next to your name, whether you're in a pandemic or not, doesn't matter. You always need carpenters. You always need plumbers. You always need workers at our grocery stores. And we're so lucky, Western Pennsylvania, of the leadership that we have here, and most importantly, the union workers that we have.
It's interesting, the quandary we face now, right? Because everyone's screaming about arresting illegals. But the fact of the matter is that there are a significant number of laborers out there who are non-union, who are getting paid under the table, and they're not doing the same kind of work, and they have no benefits if they get hurt. And Steve Mazza preaches this. This ain't working, is it, sir? It is not the way to go.
Absolutely. It's not working. And, you know, we've been screaming about this, you know, since the start of time. You know, when you have companies, and first and foremost, I think all of us, it's about protecting not just our region, but these men and women as well. A lot of times these are people coming over that don't have a chance.
Right on.
You know, we're here to protect them as well. And when you have tax fraud like you see a lot of companies do, they're not just putting these, you know, workers in danger. They're giving an inferior product, but they're also robbing society.
Right on.
Those taxes that people pay for your police, your fire, your roads, your water, your air, everything. And we are unapologetic of a company going after companies that commit tax fraud, because that's exactly what it is they are robbing not just those men and women of their chance at the American dream, but robbing, you know, society. This is how services works, and nothing infuriates me more than that.
I agree. Darren Kelly, President of Allegheny Fayette Central Labor Council. You're stepping down, man. You're retiring?
I am.
What's going on? What is this?
Well, first and foremost, you know, you and I talked about the past. I've been a union officer since 2003. I got elected as, you know, vice president of the CLC. I think it was the end of 2012. Took over as president in the end of 2017. It's just time. You know, I missed a lot of time with my daughters. They're 16 and 11 now. It's time to be right there with them. And yes, I'm staying as a firefighter for a while.
Nice.
And the future is bright. But it's one of those things that, you know, it's just my time to, you know, to give back to my family, and I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited for where the CLC is going. One thing about us, we have a great bench, and no matter who sits in this position of presidency, we're going to be just fine as a group.
Oh, I'm a fan. You know that, man. We go so far back, and you've always been straight up with me, and honestly, I meet very few men like you. Regarding that fire yesterday, it makes it difficult. Yes. When you go into old buildings. Number one, The fire alarm didn't work. It didn't notify 911. Someone had to drive by and see smoke. And number 2, had no sprinkler system. Makes it tough, does it not, sir, in these old buildings?
You know, I've been, like we had thought, I've been a firefighter since 2000, and we've had apartment buildings on fire before, but in that situation right there, that wasn't just a heavy fire load of what those men and women went through. That was a very, very tough, you had, multiple apartments, one common roof. But I know I say it all the time, but yesterday I actually had tears in my eyes looking at those men and women in all the bureaus, working so hard and doing little things like you've seen, like, giving water to the residents, helping their pets. That makes a difference. And the one thing about the firefighters from the chief all the way down to our newer ones is that we'll never forget who we work for. We work for the residents of the city. That's why even when I took this job as a CLC president, I would never leave as a firefighter because of what they stand for. And, yes, that was a very tough situation. To have no injuries, thank God, no fatalities, thank God, and to watch as hard as everybody worked, not just brute force, but compassionately to those residents. I'm so proud of them all.
By the way, my man, $400,000 for folks who say, I just retrofit that building. $400,000 just for sprinklers. $400,000, not possible. Can't do it.
We have the one thing about us in the city. We have the best fire investigators, the best fire inspectors. They're going to be just like anything. They have a responsibility to the residents, and if there's something there, they'll make sure they're on their game.
My brother, you know where I'm at, my man. Anything you need, I'm here. Congrats, my man.
Yes, thank you so much for all the good memories and good years. And believe me, brother, I'm not going anywhere.
No, I know.
I'm a city resident. I'm a city guy. I'm going to stay involved with labor. You got my word. You'll be here in
I got info on you, man. I got it. You know what I'm saying, brother. Come on.
All right, my friend. Be in touch, and thank you so much, and have a great day, brother.
Oh, my man. Truly one of the great leaders of this region. Just a total badass.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
My niece was getting engaged, and look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew. By the time she left there with her fiancé, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiancé did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So, NASCO Roofing. Here's why I love NASCO. First of all, woman needed a roof, and her husband. Horrible situation with the roof. Massive hole on the roof. Massive. No one would fix it. $20,000 plus job. Jerry Nasseri, NASCO Roofing, fix it for free. For free. The work is unbelievable. The warranty, the work, the labor, guaranteed. Absolutely the best products, the best staffing, the best pricing, the best service, and they care. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. NASCO, 412-373-2000.
In the heart of our town, there's a place where community thrives. At Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, their members are not just customers, they're family. They're not just here to serve you, they're here to empower you. Your dreams, your goals, together, they'll make them happen. Join Allegiant today and be part of a movement that's shaping the future one member at a time. Shape your future with Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Visit AllegiantFCU.org. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by the NCUA.
John Perry proudly sponsors Get Marty. Perry Calder Law Firm, the best, folks.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Former Army Ranger Clayton Smith, who used ibogaine psychedelic therapy to heal his wounds, shares the science-backed reasons on why the veteran community especially needs access to psychedelic therapy.
Your emotional maturity happens between 18 and 25. And we have an entire generation of men and women who fully formed their frontal cortex at war or preparing to go to war. So that's why we need a medicine. Our brain actually matured without the ability to feel love and forgiveness and joy because we were in survival mode. We were in kill or be killed mode. We actually need something to help rewire the brain.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm not a Trumper. I don't need to say that to you. Listen enough. I'm not suggesting I don't like the guy. I'm just suggesting I'm not a Trumper. If he hits a home run, I'll cheer, man. I will. I'm kind of past he's a jag-off. I can't stand him. I just don't wake up every morning thinking I hate Trump, and I can't live that way. I just can't. And people do. It's kind of stupid. It's a very myopic view of your life and a really myopic way to live your life, and it doesn't get you anywhere, man. You're just swimming in quicksand, just getting angrier and choking on the sand, and it's not productive. To that point, I want to say a couple things. This Epstein stuff, I understand that he was a pedophile. That's truth. I understand that he hurt people. That's truth. That's truth. But let me say this. Like, I'm watching CNN and they're obsessed with this crap, and that's probably why they suck in the ratings. But they're obsessed with, like, this birthday card that Trump might have sent and might have signed. Was it 2005? Huh? Or 2003? Right? Right, Patrick? Huh?
Yeah, it's way back.
I don't care. If you check back on my last 25 years of my life, you'll find some grime. Considering Trump's history and the videos and the things he said and the stuff about grabbing him by the blah, 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 and the civil cases involving sex assault allegations, and this is trivial pursuit of rhetoric. But the fact of the matter is that at this date and time, this is why people can't stand politicians, that they would have hearings on whether or not Trump signed this damn card. Does it make him a bad guy? And what he did 25 years ago and sent a guy a card suggesting they had a secret? Okay. My thing is, to your benefit, to America's benefit, what's the end game, man? I don't understand what's the end game. I can't find it. Okay, it's grimy. Okay, Epstein was a pedophile. Okay, Trump sent him a birthday card. I don't know what you want us to do there. And that senators and congressmen are spending their day on this crap. No wonder we can't stand them. Jag-offs. Man, if I did that on the air every day, the same damn thing, my boss, PG, said, stop, Marty, stop. It sucks. It's not productive. Doesn't help America. I don't give a damn if he signed that birthday card. What's weird about Trump is everything's a conspiracy, everything's made up, and that makes him even look grimier. He should stop that. fake news crap. We know this stuff happened. We know there were cards. We know the guy's grimy. We know he's dead. Move on. Move on to that end. So I'm outspoken. You know this. We have a significant following. Significant. We make posts. We get 1 million views sometimes. We had, in the last month, 15 million people respond to things. They get crazy. I don't. And I promise you right now, some of them hate me. That's their illness. But there ain't nothing in the world that would motivate me if I'm out to dinner. And I know Patrick feels the same way. I just do. And I know for a fact that Trevin feels the same way. There ain't no way at dinner, at an expensive restaurant, all dolled up with my beautiful wife and their wives. Gentlemen, chime in one at a time. Trevin, under any condition, are you getting up at dinner and booing the President of the United States and saying he's Hitler?
No matter how I feel, I don't have time.
Right on. Right? That's not your thing at that point in time in life, is it?
It's taking up too much of my life.
Right on. Right on. Patrick, same thing. Whether or not you like Trump, he's at a restaurant in D.C. It was ignorant. And I mean, there were a bunch of people stood up and just chanting this crazy stuff.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Play it, please, Tevin.
Enjoy your dinner.
Patrick, this is a very exclusive, expensive restaurant in D.C. This isn't McDonald's.
No, it's a seafood place a block from the White House.
Right.
And it is a pricey joint, and these protesters were not guests at the restaurant.
Rich white ladies acting like idiots. Morons. Losers. Get a life. All they do is draw attention to their idiocy. And all it does is empowers Trump, quite frankly. It's embarrassing, man. Pick a target. Pick a time and place. Pick a motivation. Make a difference. Chanting, he's the Hitler of our times. What are we doing here, man? Where are we headed with that? Whether you like him is important. Whether you disagree with him is important. But choosing that your big moment in life is to run into a restaurant and make these chants is ignorant. Ignorant. It's my same argument about the Range Rover blondes screaming at the ICE agents. I get it. I get it. The arrests are improper sometimes. People are not treated properly sometimes. The arrests seem exaggerated, over the top sometimes. I get it. But is this really where you're going to take your stand? MF and ICE agents? Trevor.
Yes, sir. I just want to jump in real quick. I want to make sure people understand that you're not justifying anything. You're reporting what's happening. Like, you're not justifying and say, I'm on board with this, I'm on board with that. You're actually saying what's happening. I don't think people understand that at times.
I'm not a Trump fan, you know this. But he's the president, and he has hit some home runs. I'm in. I ain't standing in no restaurant saying that about any man or woman, ever. Ever. I'm going to find a way to come at you legally if you hurt something or hurt someone. We're going to fix it. My idea of making a difference isn't making an ass of myself in a restaurant, last I checked.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap Good RX. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. U.S. Steel is ending production at a plant in Illinois to focus on processing raw steel at the Mon Valley Works and the Gary Works in Indiana. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
U.S. Steel says it will stop processing at its Granite City works, likely in November, but won't lay off any of the roughly 800 workers or reduce their pay. Granite City makes rolls of sheet steel for the construction, container, pipe, and automotive industries. The employees will maintain the plant to keep it operational until 2027. That is a result of a national security agreement between the Trump administration and Nippon Steel to complete the buyout of U.S. Steel. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
As Cranberry Township's population continues to grow, so does the demand for emergency medical services. And beginning next week, residents there can expect more comprehensive emergency coverage. Beginning Monday, Cranberry Township EMS is expanding its fleet by adding a third ambulance into service to keep pace with the rising call volume. The Butler Eagle reports that the unit is strategically stationed in the township's southwest corner to improve response times. It will operate during peak hours from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on most days of the week. The U.S. is facing a mental health crisis with suicide rates at a 40-year high. In honor of Suicide Prevention Day, nationally certified counselor and psychologist and Pittsburgh native Adam Oshnock joined the Big K Morning Show to give guidance on when it's appropriate to intervene.
I think the first thing that's critical for any person is to listen. Sometimes we forget that easy fact, an easy thing to do to help people, because people need to be able to talk things through, and you can show that compassion and empathy. But also, it is important that we help people to act to ensure that they are safe.
In recognition of World Suicide Prevention Day, News Radio KDK will air the Odyssey broadcast special, I'm Listening, uniting listeners nationwide to support mental health awareness and advocacy. That special airs tonight, beginning at 10 p.m., right here on KDKA. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 253 points. The NASDAQ is up 54. The S&P 500 is up 25 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My guys at Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks specialize in slate. Not every construction company has the knowledge and training in working with slate. I have slate on my home. It can get expensive, but it can also last 100 years. Do it right the first time. Call Sam and Calvin to get on their schedule right now. They also specialize in decks and siding. Call thecousins.com. That's callthecousins.com. I trust them So should you. CallTheCousins.com. Hey, folks, it's Marty. CCAC is the best. Whether you want to study robotics, cybersecurity, aviation, culinary arts, business management, or multimedia web programming, CCAC has it all. Folks, it's the real deal with expert instructors, industry-grade equipment, high-tech learning spaces, so much more. Want a big future with little debt? Register for fall classes right now. ccac.edu. Folks, I know friends who love it. ccac.edu.
With the kids back in school, now's the perfect time to refresh your home before the holidays. Larry Richard for Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, your local experts in custom drapery, blind, shade, shutters, and motorized window treatments. Get your home holiday ready with Lachina's free shop-at-home service and expert design advice. Visit Lachina's Dormont and Wexford showrooms or online at lachinadrapery.com. Call Lachina today, 412-665-4900. Lachina Drapery, where style meets family tradition.
Planning a vacation can be fun, but don't get taken by service fees and processing fees. SWAC Vacations lets you book direct. SWAC owns its own properties. The price you see is the price you pay. Michael Bartley here. My friend Jeff is the owner of SWAC, and you can trust you're going to get the best deal possible. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, or that massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone. Book direct. Save at SWACvacations.com. That's SWACK vacations.com.
You're at the pharmacy counter. You plan to head for vacation, but insurance says it's too soon to refill. The copay's higher than last time, again. And now they need a prior authorization, so you wait and wait for something you needed today. At Blueberry Pharmacy, we cut all that out. No insurance games, no delays, just upfront pricing, fast delivery to Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida, and real people who actually help, like me. Call or text 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com and breathe easy again.
Hey, folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation, at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be quite nice for the rest of today with a good deal of sunshine and a high of 78. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, though 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm, high again 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Life changes, and each year, so does Medicare. It's time to review and change your 2026 plans with annual enrollment coming next month. Once it passes, your options are limited. Do you need Part C? Act now. Free personalized Medicare plan comparisons. Pittsburgh-based. Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
As an athlete, I'm all about performance and my overall health. I've wanted to improve my smile for a while, but I thought braces was the only option. A friend of mine mentioned she was improving her smile with Invisalign, so I checked out with my local orthodontist and found out that Invisalign could work for me as well. After a quick scan, my orthodontist created my Invisalign plan, and I couldn't be more excited to start. Check out Invisalign.com to find a doctor in your neighborhood. It's great that there are trained Invisalign doctors in our own community here. Invisalign.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Trump stuff is anyone that obsesses about the president's politics and what Trump said, it's just irrelevant to me. I'm a big picture guy. What's happening in Ukraine? Are we fixing that? What's happening with U.S. Steel? Are we fixing that? What's happening with AI? Are we working on that? Are you creating jobs? How's the economy doing? That kind of stuff. But the Putin stuff is relevant. I try to filter all the rhetoric so I don't get caught up in it. And what troubles me is why people don't trust journalists anymore. And using CNN as an example, they spend hours on that crap. It's awful. It's boring. It's irrelevant. Not suggesting pedophiles aren't relevant. That's ignorant for me to say. Not suggesting there weren't folks who were victimized by this guy. Even more ignorant. Not suggesting that there are big players that were involved and skated. Even more ignorant. But what are we doing here, man? We're into day 3 on this idiotic, did Trump send this letter? $25 years ago. Birthday card. Let's say he got in front of a microphone and said, yeah, that's I sent that. Okay. So what are we going to do? The outrage, they're going to get more outrage. The CNN people are going to say, see, told you so. Told us what? He sent a guy a tacky birthday card 25 years ago. It's irrelevant. If he can't get rid of clowns like Kennedy, that's relevant to me. The guy's an idiot who spews lies. That affects public health and public safety. I got a problem with that. If they can't effectively do something for peace in Ukraine, keep promising that. I got a problem with that. If we see this inflationary spiral associated with all of these tariffs, 800 different grocery items tariffed, just a giant eagle. My friends in the car business say now is the first time they're seeing anything involving tariffs. My friends in the car business are telling me for the first time they're going to see prices go up $1,000 to $5,000. Some cars, like the BMWs, unless they eat it, more than $10,000. And the question now is, if I'm a GM dealer, if I'm a GM dealer, what do I do? Huh? What do I do? They don't know yet. They don't know if they're going to eat it or pass it along. Meantime, something amazing happened when I was sick, immunotherapy. But some of the restrictions of that, you couldn't take certain things because it would react. This amazing study revealed to us by the brilliant folks at UPMC suggesting that interactions, this is crazy, with artificial sweeteners could affect the efficacy of immunotherapy, which is amazing to me. And I wouldn't believe it until I saw it. Abby Overacre, PhD, immunology researcher, University of Pittsburgh, UPMC, Hillman. Good morning, Abby.
Morning. How are you?
This is important information. I mean, it's kind of eye-opening to a lot of folks. Is it not, Abby?
Yeah. I mean, I was actually really surprised myself. I was someone who actually used these artificial sweeteners prior to starting this study.
Of course. How did this happen? How did you find this out?
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a funny story, you know. I mean, research is really, it's a group effort, and we all try to learn from, you know, previous work that's come out. And, you know, previous studies had suggested that these artificial sweeteners, you know, these packets you put in your coffee that are, you know, 0 calorie, you know, it's a healthy option, right? But they had suggested that maybe this wasn't so good for your health and for your gut microbiome, so, you know, the bacteria that lives in your gut. And And we also know that the gut microbiome is so important for responding to immunotherapy. And so we just started to try and put those pieces together and say, are these dietary sweeteners that, everyone is using, and sometimes they don't even know they're consuming them, is this actually having a detrimental effect on immunotherapy? And so that's kind of how we got started.
Hey, Doc, do I quit using all of these sweeteners if I'm on immunotherapy?
Yeah, I mean, I think, so as I said, I'm not on immunotherapy currently, right. But I did stop consuming artificial sweeteners. And I think, it's really interesting because this first study, we've definitely shown a correlation between sucralose and worse immunotherapy outcome. And the other ones we're still looking at. Some of them seem a little bit safer than others. But the other thing that we've now learned, so I'm not a physician, but what we have learned on the science side and with collaborators and medical oncologists at UPMC Hillman is that, obviously I think the safest option is to not consume these things. But we also have some early data that suggests that we might be able to fix this problem, because the thing that we think about a lot are cancer patients are already dealing with a lot. They're going through treatments, and dealing with their diagnosis and trying to push through that, right? And that's already asking a lot of these people. And so asking them to then completely change their diet,
you're right.
It can be too much, especially for these additives that are put into everything. And so we have some early data that suggests that potentially arginine supplementation might be able to overcome the negative effects of artificial sweeteners. And so we're continuing studies on that, which, I think would be really exciting. But of course, if you're looking to change your diet in a healthy way, I think abstaining from eating or consuming these would be a great thing to do.
Dr. Abby Overaker. Hey, Doc, did you have HPV cancer?
Did I?
Yeah.
No. I'm thankfully I have not had cancer, but we plenty of people in our family.
And I had immunotherapy.
Yes.
I took a bunch. I don't, but I'm free and clear. But this is amazing news. You have this program called Chilled and Distilled. Explain.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
What is that?
So we are. Yeah. So we are. We're kind of taking the show on the road, so to speak. So we are. We are bringing, scientists and physicians from UPMC Hillman to coffee shops, distilleries, breweries, you name it, and we're trying to invite everyone in the local area to come and listen and learn more about what we do, and importantly, to ask questions. So I get to talk at Kingfly Spirits, which is, one of my favorite places to go anyway. But it's at 26th and Smallman Street in the Strip District. And the program is from 5:30 to 7:30, but you only have to listen to me talk for about 20 minutes. And then we'll open it up for questions and conversations more broadly.
It's important information, Doctor. I appreciate you. I love your enthusiasm, and it's great research. It's great new information. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's great stuff, folks. It's important.
Wednesday night at 10, join us for I'm Listening, a special Odyssey program featuring some of the biggest names in news, sports, and music, and some of the most respected mental health professionals. Hosted by Carson Daly with Katie Neal. Talk saves lives. For more information, visit imlistening.org.
Brought to you by the Prasad Center, advancing the mental health needs of the region with pride and promise for over 50 years.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
So if there's a big issue involving someone needing help, this is a fact. You can ask them. I text Rob Pierce. I'm serious. From Robert Pierce and Associates. So, family that I knew was having issues with their loved one in a nursing home. Boom. Robert Pierce and Associates. Interviewed the family. Represented the family. Fought for what was right for one of their loved ones. That's what he does. They got it at 40 years, man. They have investigators. They have people that take care of this stuff. They fight for the right thing. Of Ozempic. A lot of folks have had side effects, bad side effects. Robert Pierce and Associates. Rob Pierce is a warrior for consumers. Folks, he gives a damn. Big time. Robert Pierce and Associates. 412-279-7229. 412-279-7229. Robert Pierce and Associates.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, ShopRite, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. In a dig at Beijing, NASA is now blocking Chinese citizens, even those with valid U.S. visas, from working on agency programs at NASA. Now, that means contractors, graduate students, university scientists, all blocked from in-person access to NASA facilities and from accessing online data systems. NASA says it's to ensure the security of its work. Oracle founder and CEO Larry Ellison is now the world's richest person thanks to a blowout earnings report and cloud computing outlook that has shares of Oracle at this hour up more than 40%. It increased Ellison's net worth by over $100 billion just today. He's now worth $393 billion on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. That's ahead of Elon Musk at $385 billion. Elsewhere, on Wall Street, an unexpected decline in wholesale inflation in August is reinforcing bets that the Federal Reserve will resume cutting interest rates next week. Right now, though, stocks are split. The Dow down 0.5%, the Nasdaq and the S&P each down about a third. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That Larry Ellison guy made $100 billion today. But is he happy? Aha! In my house, someone makes $100, we have a party. The greatest party, and I don't go to parties not because I'm not invited, because you know I'm famous and have a beautiful wife. I get invited all the time. I just don't go. It's just not my thing. I'm not good at it. I'm good at this and a couple other things, but not the parties. However, the most significant party we ever go to is because of the difference it makes and because of the man who runs it and the people behind it. It's this Oktoberfest, and it's a rare whiskey auction, which even makes it sexier. And my boy, probably the smartest attorney I've ever met, John Perry. JP, what's up, brother?
How you doing, Marty?
You've been smart your whole life, haven't you?
Nothing's good or bad by comparison. If you surround yourself with people who aren't smart, people will think you're smart, Marty.
And I think your sons are even smarter than you, last I heard. One of them, anyway.
Amen to that.
Yeah. This is the greatest event. Explain it, please, what you're doing and why this is important, sir.
Yeah, this is our fall gala for Pennies from Heaven, which is a charity that helps economically challenged families stay with their child during admissions to Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. We're all volunteer run. 100% of the donations always go directly to the families in need. So we had to find a way to raise money. So years ago, my lovely and talented wife, Joni, decided that we could go to a local barn, which is very low on facilities costs because we're residents and we can get it for a couple $100. And it comes with the picnic tables and everything. And we'd have an event there. People laughed when they heard we were going to charge $150 to get people to come to an event at a community barn, but caught on like wildfire. As you know, we sell out at 300 guests every year, and it's an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink celebration of really just people who want to come out and have a good time. It's not formal. You can wear jeans. We have campfires, but we have high-end stuff, high-end food, high-end beverages, and then we have, as you know, 50 of the greatest auction baskets you'd ever want to see.
It's unbelievable.
And we have a live auction as well.
JP, how do they get these tickets? Folks, the best party I've ever been to in my life, ever. How do they get these tickets, brother?
Easiest way is penniesfromheavenpittsburgh.org on the web, or you can look for us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page too. Go to the events page on either of those sources. You'll find us. Tickets are available there. If you can't attend the event, as you mentioned on the intro, Marty, we do also have a rare whiskey auction. It's $10 a ticket. You don't have to be present to win. And there are 5 different levels of prizes. Top prizes at 15-year-old Pappy Van Winkle, and prizes 2, 3, 5, or other hard-to-get whiskeys and bourbons that people seem to really like.
$3 million they've raised over the years. They have no help. It's him and his gorgeous wife. And all the volunteers that put together these sick baskets. Folks, the best party I've ever been to in my life. $3 million, distributed more than 1 million grants, helping people right now, today, right now. JP, I love you. penniesfromheavenpittsburgh.org. Folks, a few tickets left. Let's sell it out, right, JP?
Yeah, we're less than 100, so hopefully they won't be around long. The event's October 4th, Saturday night, 6 o'clock.
It's amazing. Insane food. You get all boozed up, you buy all these tickets, and then JP wears some goofy outfit, and you can make fun of him once a year because he's hammered.
My wife has gone on record as saying that this year's outfit is the most outrageous ever.
Whoa.
And I'm probably going to have to stop because they'll never get worse than this year.
Nothing was worse than watching them light fireworks at his 4th of July party years ago, which has since ceased and desisted. JP, the greatest party in this town every single year. Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org. If we don't sell out today, we'll do it again next week, JP. Thanks.
Thanks, Marty. You're the best.
My man. I'm telling you, folks, Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org, the best party I've ever been to in my life.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management. After I finished my service in the Marine Corps in 2006, I joined the trainee program of a Wall Street brokerage. I'll admit, those were some of the unhappiest days of my life. The financial crisis was dawning, and I was trying to survive a cutthroat environment that included cold calling on speakerphone in a room of my peers while markets plummeted and my firm raised their fees. After 8 years, Dad, Sarah, and I took a risk. We walked away from the relentless corporate mandates and opened the doors to our family-owned firm where we could put our clients' needs first. Best decision we ever made. Firms turn over all the time. Advisors turn over. We don't. We're headquartered in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We live here and we work here in the building that we bought together. We take pride in offering personalized, caring service to our clients. It's our family helping your family. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Make 380 Auction to Murraysville your next stop for discounts and bargains. Trucks come in every week. 380 Auction has name brand furniture, fall mums, also tools, birdseed, automotive supplies, pet supplies, lawn and garden, toys, food, and new items arriving daily. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132. Or log on to shop380.com and save.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. An emergency demolition is scheduled today for the Squirrel Hill apartment building destroyed in Tuesday's 4-alarm fire. It took 70 firefighters several hours to get the blaze under control, but the roof and part of the building on Forward Avenue collapsed. Battalion Chief John Gardell.
I can't say where it started. We know that our crews encountered heavy fire in multiple apartments on the 3rd floor initially. So I know crews reported fires in a number of different units, all in the ceiling level above them.
Public safety says as many as 30 residents have been displaced and everything they had inside the apartment was lost, but there were no injuries. The suspect in a 2020 fatal shooting in Mount Oliver has been arrested. 28-year-old David Barlow was taken into custody this morning in Georgia. He's accused of shooting Damon Lincoln in the back during a home invasion almost 5 years ago. Barlow is facing homicide, robbery, burglary, and recklessly endangering others charges. U.S. Steel is ending production in a plant in Illinois to focus on processing raw steel at the Mon Valley Works and the Gary Works in Indiana. This is Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
U.S. Steel says it will stop processing at its Granite City works, likely in November, but won't lay off any of the roughly 800 workers or reduce their pay. Granite City makes rolls of sheet steel for the construction, container, pipe, and automotive industries. The employees will maintain the plant to keep it operational until 2027. That is a result of a national security agreement between the Trump administration and Nippon Steel to complete the buyout of U.S. Steel. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
The future of any settlement between Pittsburgh and the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse victims remains uncertain. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
It's been almost 4 years since the bridge collapsed, but the court battle continues. Last year, the city said they would settle. On Tuesday, City Council introduced a measure for another $100,000 to go toward their case preparation. This is in addition to the $40,000 they already approved over the summer. Attorney Pete Giglione, who represents one of the victims in the bridge collapse, questions why the city is continuing to throw money at the litigation involving a structurally deficient bridge owned by them that collapsed while people were on it. Giglione is seeking a payment of $500,000, which is the statutory maximum in Pennsylvania. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A matchstick ticket worth big bucks was sold in an Allegheny County convenience store. Pennsylvania Lottery says the jackpot in Tuesday's drawing is $4,450,000, and the winning ticket was sold at Kogo's on West Run Road in West Homestead. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 200 points, and NASDAQ up 72. The S&P 500 is up 30. KDK Sports, Pirates in Baltimore again tonight. First pitch set for 6:35. The Steelers have signed former Browns and Patriots safety Jabril Peppers. Steelers play the home opener Sunday against Seattle. Kickoff is set for 1 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Time to call Carlos at Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you're concerned about your trees, call 412-884-TREE. Right now, sunny and 73 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be nice for the rest of today with sunshine for the most part, our high 78. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy and cool, low 51. Sunshine mixed with clouds tomorrow and pleasantly warm in the afternoon, the high about 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The original Yinzer Dogs are here for your next tailgate. Yinzer Dogs, Stanley P. Kachowski Kobasi, Babushka Mama Pierogies, and Yinzer Halushki are all available at your favorite Giant Eagle and Market District. Plus, stay tuned for our grand opening of our new original Yinzer Dogs location in Cranberry. And pretty soon, down the Strip District. It's pure Pittsburgh. Join Dan Marino, Jimmy Crenn, and me, and our Yinzer team. Check us out at OriginalYinzerDogs.com. Celebrate September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of these huge savings. Zero Res.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Benjamin. Right here, a 20-year veteran, a cop. He was a liquor control agent for the state. Off duty, he was off duty, he was running. He used to jog on the Montreux Trail every day. And I don't forget this because it's so important as a father. He would jog and then he'd go home and shower it so they could see his daughter when she came home from school. He could hug her. So he was jogging along. And it's the truth. Out of the weeds comes this Anthony Cuisin guy who you don't know. He's 25 at the time. Out of the weeds. He was living in the bushes along the trail. And stabbed the officer to death, killed him right there on the trail. Sound familiar? This is a random attack. He's mentally ill. He already pled guilty. 3rd-degree murder. Okay? So you know, at that time, this is where I get incensed, along with the horror of losing this wonderful man. This suspect was out on non-monetary bond. Sound familiar? Prior robbery and assault. Judge said, see ya. You'll be all right. Hang out. We'll catch base with you. February, same year, prime suspect in a trail stabbing in Albany, New York. Killed someone. Stabbed them to death on a trail. He's the only person of interest. So he's a serial killer. And he's out gallivanting. Gallivanting to the back of a cop who he stabs to death. Sound familiar? It sounds familiar because it is. This isn't any different, except for there's no video of this suspect in Charlotte. They say had mental illness, had a decades-long history of criminal felonies, and he stabbed this girl to death. I can't get past this photograph sent to me by my true insider, Jim Klingensmith, who is not shocked by this chain of events, because this is where we're at now in America, is it not, Jim?
It seems the path we've chosen.
It is.
It's the path we've chosen. We can do better. We can stop these things from occurring. We can maintain custody of insane career criminals and mass murderers. We can leave them in jail. Boy, that'd be nice to have one less victim each day, wouldn't it?
Oh. You sent this picture that I posted to social. It's riveting and gut-wrenching. Describe it for me, sir.
Look at her. It's the epitome of fear. Total fear, confusion, and it just breaks my heart when you look at that picture of that girl. She's just so innocent. She's doing nothing wrong. And she's viciously attacked and murdered by this repeat offender career criminal. He's an animal. He doesn't belong on the streets. He belongs incarcerated. Until we fix that problem, you're going to continue to see these innocent faces, these innocent victims, these beautiful young ladies coming home on a bus being assaulted, attacked, harassed. We can't protect our children. What are we doing? We got to do better.
So this guy, in this case in Charlotte, 2007 to 9, all the charges against him were dismissed, including simple assault, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. Then 2011, charged with other crimes, including assault, speeding, drug cases, also dismissed, and shoplifting. Arrested for failing to show up in court. Arrested for new cases, larceny, breaking and entering. 3 outstanding warrants that were ultimately, he pled guilty. Shoplifting, threats, fights, injuring people. Felony, breaking and entering. Was on supervised probation, 2014 to 21. While on probation, committed even more felonies and went to prison. Charged with robbery with a dangerous weapon, possession of a firearm, and released on bond. Served 5 years in prison, gets out, placed on parole, and stabs this woman to death. While he's on parole, just sits down in a chair and stabs this woman. What the hell are we doing here, man? What about the judge who says to me, we can't lock people up forever? How do you respond?
Okay, maybe we can't lock them up forever, but maybe we can detain them. Maybe we can put them in a location. We can 302 them, put them in a hospital for 30 days, get them locked on, get them evaluated, get them some treatment, some medicine, whatever it is. You know, try to eliminate the voices that they're hearing in their head. But we got to do something, because doing nothing isn't working out too good for us, because all we seem to do is, you know, they did nothing to save that little girl who was starved to death. You know, the brother's teeth were ripped out. 40 pounds under the supervision of the state. Are you kidding me? Okay, we do the same thing here in Allegheny County. We have career offenders that are 15 and 16 years old. You got the Aaron Reddick story from the Kia boys involved in a mass shooting in East Liberty. Same scenario, same thing.
I sent you this meme that's gone viral. It's a photograph that shows the suspect in this stabbing, and then it shows the poor woman who's about to be stabbed. And it says Xander Ornstein, Kate Lovelace, Jehosha Wright, Matt Rudsky. It doesn't mention Judge Sizemore, who, by the way, has serious problems with not wanting anyone in jail. They're the judges in Allegheny County that impose their liberal agenda over the rule of law and public safety of the community. Isn't it about time that maybe we decide that we've had enough and these judges need to find a new way to make a living?
Yeah, maybe they should go be a plumber or something, because this isn't working out too good for them. It's like they're intentionally trying to destroy our society. You know, they get in charge and put in control of all these kids and their futures and our futures and the endless supply of victims that our courts produce because they let these animals out onto the street. It's time they pay the price. It's time they get evaluated. They get put in the hot seat and get a few questions thrown at their way, maybe from the feds or an internal investigation or a judicial review board, or when somebody starts throwing all the lawsuits on them because they lost their loved one because you couldn't do your job and retain somebody in a mental institution or incarceration of some kind. So the never-ending story is about to come to a close because people are fed up. We're starting to see more public outcry. These are all new names added to the list of the woke nightmare down at juvenile court.
Hold on. I think he makes a point that's relevant. And look, it doesn't forgive or erase the pain of these deaths, but I'm feeling a vibe across the country that enough is enough and woke ain't woke, right? It's time. This is it. We're done, right?
This is the time. This is our moment. Okay, we've been taking a beating with all this crime, anti-law enforcement, anti-police. Well, guess what? We got the best cops in town. We got the best cops in Allegheny County and in the state. These guys want to work. They're hungry. They know their job. They care. They care about the public. They care about their job, the career, the public safety. They care about the little girl on a bus trying to get home from work.
True.
Let them do their jobs. Expose the judges. Everybody, come out. Open your mouth. Use your voice. Use the internet. Expose them. Tell them your stories, how you were wronged in juvenile court. Let's start hearing it. People out there start speaking up because here goes my phone. I'm up to 14 texts already since I've been on with you.
Hey, my man, in the 20 minutes, this is fact, in the 20 minutes my wife walked downtown yesterday, she saw a drug deal. She saw cops arresting a woman who was violent. She saw a man. Now, this is lunchtime. No, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Whipped it out, started urinating in the bushes in Gateway 1, right there in public. This is where we're at. And until this stops, I ain't stopping, and neither are you. It's ignorant. It's ridiculous. It's obscene.
Yeah. Where's Gainey? What did he do? Just quit? He just kind of...
He's got scissors, man. He cuts ribbons. He's done working. He's a ribbon cutter.
Yeah, well, in cutting ribbons, he ought to give a tour guide through town to show all the feces, the needles, and everything your wife just witnessed, because everybody else sees it except for him.
Well, those days are gone. He's gone. Good riddance. Law and order, my man. I'm on it, and you're in it, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.
What my wife saw in 20 minutes downtown, people see every day, all day long. I will never listen to you when you tell me downtown's fine. If you do, let's take a walk.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-380-9012. 800-380-9012. Again, that's 800-380-9012.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
It's Dan Zangrilli. I love being a member of Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It was easy to enroll. In fact, I didn't know how easy it was to become a member. To join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, you simply have to live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties. It costs just $5 to join. I have all the great perks of a credit union, and you can too. So shape your future. Consider a local credit union. Consider Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. AllegiantFCU.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
So I talked to John Perry over the weekend from Perry Calder Law Firm. John has doctors on his staff to investigate medical malpractice cases. John has the biggest settlements at Perry Calder of any firm in this region. John has the track record. John sits down with families. He's met with my friends and my family members on cases. Perry Calder. 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200. Perry Calder. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
It's a giant two-day sale today and tomorrow, September 10th and 11th at Coons Market.
Whole pork tenderloins, $2.88 a pound. Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bags, $2.88 each. And essential everyday cream cheese, 8-ounce boxes, 3 for $5. Come see us at Coons.
So, NASCO Roofing. Here's why I love NASCO. First of all, woman needed a roof and her husband. Horrible situation with the roof. Massive hole on the roof. Massive. No one would fix it. $20,000 plus job. Jerry Nasseri, NASCO Roofing, fix it for free. For free. The work is unbelievable. The warranty, the work, the labor, guaranteed. Absolutely the best products, the best staffing, the best pricing, the best service, and they care. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. NASCO, 412-373-2000.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
By the way, this isn't far-right thinking, this my theory that these judges are screwing us over. This is just the facts. There are 7 judges, mostly magistrates in Allegheny County, and Judge Sizemore is one. They don't believe in bond. It's just their thing. They just don't. They don't believe in writing bonds. They don't believe in cash bonds. So they just, what they do is a criminal appears before them and they say, go. And with juveniles, they literally call their mom and dad and have them pick them up after they committed a crime because they have nowhere to put them. It's a crap show. It's bizarre. I have a guy, and we've talked, he's been arrested 256 times, and that's no fluke. I interviewed him. He's like, he literally told us, I need help. Yeah, I need help. They won't help him. He punches people. He's drunk. He throws beer cans at people. He's not a bad guy, but he needs help. Oh, and Patrick's point, there's another thing that's happening quite a bit all over the country. So they bring in these juveniles, and it happened in all these auto theft cases, and that's where Sizemore's name comes up. So these kids, they're 15 years old. They pull up to these gun stores, and they steal 80 guns. Really smart robberies. They get popped. And this is the truth. And Sizemore, she's one of them. She feels bad, and she honestly feels bad and tells the court reporter and the defendants and the gun store owners and the cops, and this is the wording, they're not competent to stand trial. They don't understand what they're doing yet. Go home. And then they go home. And they've done that here, and I have the data here. They did that with 6 of those kids. They're dead. They got out in the streets again and got murdered. Now, you might feel good about that, but I don't. I mean, they're dead. No fixing that. I mean, that's how they feel. They'll tell you, I don't believe in cash bond. And I told you the theory there, right? The theory is that the people in jail, most of them are poor, true. Most of them don't have any money, true. Most of them are there for minor drug offenses, true. And most of them are mentally ill, all true. And so the judges are saying, these woke judges, I don't think it's fair to keep them in jail. Probably true. However, when in that group of people you feel bad about are mentally ill folks who go out and stab a cop to death, that's horrific. And that's what happened with that young lady stabbed to death on that train in Charlotte, a guy with a 14-year criminal history. Is tra-la-la-ing around. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Marty.
How are you, sweetheart?
How are you?
Good, honey.
Well, Marty, to tell you the truth, with all this talk about the mental ill and the homeless, I mean, I follow a lot of what you talk about on radio and, you know, what's going on in the city. And I am terrified of this thing the city council's come up with about putting homeless in neighborhoods. I want to know what they're going to do to make sure that these people have been vetted, not that they're not schizophrenic or they're not putting them in our neighborhoods because it's dangerous enough.
Helen, you're nailing it, sister. I'm going to give you a couple examples. I have emails to that effect. So what Sarah is doing right now, forget about city council. She's taking homeless people who are mentally ill, drug addicted, and alcoholic, and moving them into neighborhoods. And I have their emails. Now they're selling drugs out of the houses they've been moved into. Well, how the hell, Helen, do you think they're going to get fixed? Just move into a house?
No, Marty, I don't. I don't, Marty, and it scares me. I don't know if you, I'm scared to death. And you know what kind of people is Sarah Namarato and Bethany Hallam and Barbara Warwick? I mean, they don't care what happens to the elderly. What about my neighbors that have small children? This is so unfair. What the hell are they thinking? What the hell are they thinking?
This is a true story, my dear. I was in a halfway house, they call it. And I was in a personal care home, and it's all seniors, okay? And some convicted felons. They decided in their infinite wisdom to put these convicted felons in with seniors in personal care homes. Hello. Are you kidding me? Are you high? Honestly.
It's criminal.
It's criminal.
It's criminal.
It's criminal.
So I'm putting it out there to you, Marty. What does Anthony Coggill and the rest of them, what are they thinking and what are they doing to the elderly, even thinking about these things? Because if they haven't had some kind of independent assessment of what happens in these situations or what they're going to do for the elderly, this is not going to go well.
Right
it's scary. Somebody 82 years old, how dare you do this?
82 or 22, sister. It's dangerous, and you're right. And we're on it. They ain't going to slide this by. They're not going to get away with this. I love her. She's right. 82 or 22. She's right. I have chain emails from folks freaked out because they moved in. Drug dealers are now camped out in these homes they put homeless folks in who are, drug addicts and alcoholics. and mentally ill, and they're right in the middle of the city. Horrible idea.
Well, folks, fall is fast approaching, and the September Weiner Wellness Weekend is the 19th and 20th with workshops from 10 to 2 on Friday and Saturday featuring Dr. Tracy Stroop, Dr. Len Brantzwitz, and Dr. Dennis Courtney. A delicious, healthy lunch will be provided from 11 to 2, and, of course, lots of samples, healthy treats, all in honor of Jamie Dorley's birthday. The discounts on your favorite supplements start August 25th. All of this is the World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh. That's 2419 Baldwick Road, Pittsburgh.
Summers in Pittsburgh are great, but you don't want to spend it painting, so do what Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint. And the crew?
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house and all the pillars. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
And right now, you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and that would be the way to go.
And here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 75 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. As many as 30 residents of an apartment building in Squirrel Hill have lost their homes after Tuesday morning's massive fire. It took firefighters more than 4.5 hours to get the blaze on Forward Avenue under control. An emergency demolition is scheduled after the roof and part of the building collapsed. Battalion Chief John Gardell.
It is a hazard until we get it brought down. We actually have Public Works coming in. They're going to go ahead and mark off the first 2 roadways of Forward Avenue.
The Red Cross opened an emergency shelter for residents to stay overnight. Will help them find new homes and necessities like clothing, food, and furniture. Drivers who speed through red lights in parts of Pittsburgh will soon face automated consequences. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
City Council on Tuesday unanimously voted to contract with Arizona-based Vera Mobility to install and operate the first 6 red light cameras throughout the city at a cost of nearly $14 million over 5 years. But the city can recoup the cost with revenue generated from the tickets. Officials say the goal is to reduce dangerous driving and fatal crashes without requiring police officers to monitor intersections in person. The first batch of cameras will begin with a 60-day warning period. During that time, anyone caught by the automated system will receive a warning, not a real ticket. State law sets the fine at $100. Officials estimated the initial round of cameras will be operational this winter. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
As hunting season approaches, 2 members of the Youngwood Sportsman Association have introduced a nonprofit program that would make deer hunting gear more affordable. Alex Purdy talked about how they came up with the idea.
You know, why does the Game Commission not have a program similar to Shop with a Cop that helps kids kind of during the fall and winter time?
And they'd like to have gear for the deer. His business partner, Ken Williams, explains how it works.
Alex and I went out and got connected to Dunham Sports in Latrobe to purchase the gear. We organized a distribution day. The parents and kids showed up, and it was just an awesome experience.
For details, just go to gearfordeer.org. Forbes' new list of the 400 richest people in America includes several billionaires from the Pittsburgh area. Edward Stack, Thomas Tull, and Maggie Hardy are on that list. Stack, executive chairman of Dick's Sporting Goods, has an estimated net worth of $5.4 billion. Tull, who owns a minority stake in the Steelers, $5.3 billion. And 84 Lumber and Nemacolin owner Hardy, an estimated net worth of $4.3 billion. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 254 points. The Nasdaq up 24. The S&P 500 up 19. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander in the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My guys at Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks specialize in slate. Not every construction company has the knowledge and training in working with slate. I've slate on my home. It can get expensive, but it can also last 100 years. Do it right the first time. Call Sam and Calvin to get on their schedule right now. They also specialize in decks and siding. Call thecousins.com. That's callthecousins.com. I trust them. So should you. Call thecousins.com.
Have you been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer? You may qualify for a clinical trial studying an investigational therapy designed to activate your immune system to fight cancer throughout the body. If your prostate cancer has spread and you've received prior hormone therapy, you may be eligible. Take the next step in your fight. Visit Legion100trial.com to learn more or call 1-888-636-5344. That's Legion100trial.com or 1-888-636-5344.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
At LaFace & McGovern, they're proud to be Pittsburgh's trusted partner in lighting, controls, services, and power solutions. For 48 years, L&M has worked alongside architects, engineers, and contractors to bring innovative, sustainable solutions to life. From specification support and technical expertise to project management and specialty lighting, their team is dedicated to delivering excellence. L&M believes in building relationships, supporting community, and helping spaces shine brighter. LaFace & McGovern, lighting the way for Pittsburgh since 1977.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and pleasant for the rest of today. The high 78, clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 51. More sun than clouds tomorrow. Warm in the afternoon, high 80. For Friday, sunny and warm. The high again near 80. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Fire doesn't wait, and neither should you. When disaster strikes, call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on 9/11 tomorrow morning, 5:30 until 10. We remember.
Mary Howard is a badass. Little, like a star. I'm serious. In the last month, she was singing for that banana thing, which she sang, man.
There you go.
I'm
Savannah Bananas are awesome.
Then she opened up for, I think it's Sarah Evans, who's a big star. Mary, right?
Yes.
Mary, you're a badass, right? Just say, yes, I am, Marty.
Sure, Marty. Whatever you say.
You know, I love her. She's legit, man. She's a great mom. She's kind and sweet. She's not arrogant. And she gets all this crap because she's attractive, which annoys the hell out of me, too. Not that she's attractive, but that men are such pigs. And she has all this talent. All right, I'm done. But no, really, Mary, we find great pleasure in my house watching you sing and how much you love family. Everything you post is about family and your commitment to your daughter and your husband, and that's glorifying to me. It's wonderful. You got to love it, right?
Yeah. That's my first job. My first job is being a mom. So, it's this is just the fun stuff. This is what pays the bills, but I have to be there. Like, I'm irreplaceable at home, so that's where my priority lies all the time with my family.
Hey, that banana thing is extraordinary. That was extraordinary, wasn't it? Huh?
It was so cool. Like, the atmosphere was absolutely amazing. It was like, not that I get nervous when I sing, but I'm normally like, in like a calm zen. When I sang at the Bananas, I was ready to go because the energy was so crazy. I felt like I was singing in my shower. That's how comfortable I felt.
It was so cool. We love you. You know this. We talk about you at home all the time because she's real. I love real. I hate phony. Hey, the weather's been magnificent. It really has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, I love this weather for myself, but we don't have much to talk about on air, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound like a broken record, just sunny and dry and sunny and dry. And I mean, we have gorgeous weather though. I mean, anything you want to do outside, picture perfect. The sunshine sticks around. It's actually going to warm up a little bit back to 80, which for my taste, I think you love the really hot weather, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a 70 sunny type of girl. So 80s, it's going to be a little bit above average. It's going to be 80s all the way through the weekend. So all of those football games Friday night, it'll be comfortable. But then if you have any games during Saturday, it's going to be hot in the low 80s. So yeah, we're in a dry stretch. We may get a shower on Sunday, but the chance is so low. So another dry stretch, and we need the rain.
I don't need the rain. They can have the rain. Mary Hours, really, really good to hear from you. I'm glad the weather's great. Where are you singing next?
Well, funny, I'm singing the national anthem at my daughter's youth football game.
That's
so
adorable.
It's Friday night, Mars versus Aliquippa.
That's adorable.
So they want me to sing there, so I'm singing the national anthem. And then January 10th, I think, is the next one. It's at City Winery. I'm opening for Justin Fabus. So that's the next, I think.
Player. Mary Hours. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah.
Very good. You know what? I say this to you, and she's the same way. It's that natural ability to be yourself and communicate in a way that people can understand, and she does that. And if you watch her, well, Patrick knows her. She worked for him. She kind of gets it. She has the talent of those things you can't teach. Like, my man, you've known me forever now, and I've interviewed more people than Jesus has, and you have it. It's just because you come from a background as a preacher. You either have it as a preacher or you don't, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've actually met some fairly dull preachers in my lifetime. But,
hell yeah. Praise Jesus.
Well, I don't know if I can go that far. But, yeah, I mean, I think being passionate about what you're doing and also tying it to knowing what you're talking about is very important,
But you can't teach something.
Can't teach it.
No, man. No, you get it. It's why I love her, too. If you look at her videos, and Patrick knows this because we kind of do this a lot, she just plays herself. I can't stand the phonyism, and you're not that either. You shoot it straight. So a lot of folks are worried about paying more, man. Tell us about this seminar and what happened.
Yeah, so last night I was doing a seminar up in McCandless, and, there was about 20 people there, and, obviously people are watching the news, they're listening. There was probably actually about 25% of the people there had either heard me on this show or on Saturday, and one guy said, I read somewhere that the Part B premium is going to go up $30 this coming year. And I asked him where he got the information. He couldn't actually remember. He said, I either read it on an article or I watched it on YouTube. Right. So the Part B premium is what you pay that comes out of your Social Security if you're on Medicare and you're taking Social Security. If you're not taking your Social Security, then they bill you for it. But right now it's $185 a month, which that's about 10% of the average Social Security check in America today. So think about that for a minute. Right? Average Social Security check is $1,770, so it's a little bit over 10% of that check, right? But Social Security just came out with a report a couple weeks ago, and they said that it's probably going to be the largest Part B premium increase in the last decade.
So my friend Brian, who's a brilliant repairman. He fixed this ice maker we have that no one could fix. And I'm telling you this because he's at $1,000 a month, Social Security. He literally sent me a note. I was thinking about you. He cannot get out of bed because he's so depressed about the fact that he's broke, can't pay for drugs, can't buy a friggin' small pizza. So my point is, and the reason why I think you bring so much value is this is happening. And you take someone and you take away 10% of what they have, and they don't have much as it is, they get real anxious, and they should, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, again, there was a couple of big COLA increases on Social Security a couple years ago. Then there was another small one. But the cost of living, especially over the last 3 to 4 years, has been very, very expedited in how much it's increased. So I think everybody's feeling the pinch. And, you know, the COLA, the corresponding COLA that they're projecting for this year is 2.7%. So that's not a very big cost of living adjustment on top of the additional money that they're going to take. Now, I don't think it's going to be $30. I mean, everything that we've seen in the Social Security report that was released a few weeks ago and stuff, it's going to be more around $20 to $22.
Oh.
But that's still a pretty big increase. It's going to cross $200 most likely for the first time in history.
Ever?
Yes.
When?
January 1st. Huh. It'll go into effect. So we'll get the final number late October, right? They'll come out and say this is what the Part B premium is for next year, and then it'll take effect January 1st.
Lance O'Brien with MediConnect. For everything, there's a Costco, a cheap place you can go, an Aldi. Does that exist in your playland? Seriously.
Well, one of the words that they say not to use when it comes to insurance is cheap, right? You know, because nobody wants to have cheap coverage. Now, there is inexpensive coverage out there that is actually really quality coverage. It's one of the other things that came up last night because one of the people did ask this question. They were like, "I'm only on Social Security." They didn't divulge how much, and they were like, 200 is going to be a lot for me, but I can manage that. Can I get something else that is decent and not have to pay a lot more for it? And the truth of the matter is one, you do want to get something else. You don't want to just have original Medicare. That's a nightmare in and of itself, right? But yeah, you can get really good additional coverage. Let me say it this way. Someone that's 63 or 64 in Pennsylvania that's on a penny plan.
Whoa.
With no tax credits, right? That's paying $1,000 a month for that. You're going to get better coverage than that on Medicare for $30 a month or less.
Hang in there. We're going to get details of this next.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
So I talked to John Perry over the weekend from Perry Calder Law Firm. John has doctors on his staff to investigate medical malpractice cases. John has the biggest settlements at Perry Calder of any firm in this region. John has the track record. John sits down with families. He's met with my friends and my family members on cases. Perry Calder, 412-281-4255. 4200. 412-281-4200. Perry Calder.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, in the time I've known Bob Tootie, his company, Tootie Mechanical, has put 400 free furnaces in homes. I'm serious. That's where they begin at Tootie Mechanical. Known Bob since high school. He's been that way since high school. The best service, the biggest heart, the greatest facilities and equipment. They use it there. Tootie Mechanical. It's an amazing place. All about family and helping. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Years after Google left the campus of Carnegie Mellon University to establish a new office at Bakery Square, the university is taking some of the tech giant's old space at the Penn Avenue mixed-use campus. A spokeswoman for CMU confirmed that has leased a floor vacated by Google at Bakery Office 2, one of the two recently built office buildings across the street from the original Bakery Square complex. The university's lease of the fourth floor, that totals about 40,000 square feet, represents an expansion of the established presence of the Army Artificial Intelligence Integration Center. Also, 3 years after announcing plans to come to the village, Moonlit Burgers is now open in Sewickley. Last month, co-owner Mike McCoy told the Business Times that he's very confident that the 523 Locust Place restaurant would be open by the third week of September. His confidence was well placed as the local burger chain has now opened the doors to its third location. For now, the Sewickley location will operate on limited hours from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Lance O'Brien is a fine Irish lad. I love the Irish, man. My grandfather, my man was from Ireland. He'd sit me on his lap and he'd have whiskey. Would you like a wee taste, lad?
Did you ever watch the movie The Irishman?
Absolutely.
That was such a great movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, love it.
A book called The Trinity. Read it. Sorry, I digress. All right, my man. Where is the cheap Great. Where do I go to save?
Yeah, so let's pick up on what we talked about before, because I think I think more Americans wish they could retire earlier, right? I think we could all agree with that, right? And one of the biggest reasons they don't retire is why?
Medicare.
They can't afford their health coverage if they don't,
wait
right?
Until they turn 65.
Yeah, they got to wait till they turn 65 so they can get health insurance and stuff. And that's the reality. Like someone who retires at 62 and they don't have extended coverage through COBRA or their employer, they generally have to go to Penny, right? Well, the big thing with Penny, which is basically ACA, Obamacare, it's all the same thing, marketplace, 4 different words to explain one thing. Tell me how that makes sense, right? You know, but incredibly expensive, because when they did away with pre-existing conditions on that, Marty, which was how they used to price insurance.
Oh, I remember.
Now the only way that they actually can change pricing or how they stage pricing is 2 things when it comes to the ACA. First one is, are you a smoker or not?
Oh.
That's one of the 2 ways that you will pay more. The second one is how old are you?
Oh.
The person in their 60s is going to pay 3 times as much as the person in their 20s.
No.
Yes. Wow. Because they do it based on age, because what they're thinking is, okay, they're older, they're going to start using the coverage more, we got to charge them more.
Is that, you've seen this though, that's pretty accurate, right?
It is pretty accurate.
Yeah, okay.
They're older, they should have more money. Should being the operative word there, right?
You're
Not
right
always necessarily true,
again.
right? So somebody retires at 62, 63. If they're able to do that, they go on Penny for a few years. They're literally, if they get no subsidies, Marty, they're paying $600, $700, $800 a month.
Whoa.
Right? So when they get to Medicare, and the coverage, honestly, is not great coverage. We're talking high deductible.
$800 a month.
Yeah.
Gosh.
$800 a month. I mean, and we're talking high deductible. Wow. $2,000, $3,000, high out of pocket, and then you go to Medicare, right? And you got to pay the Part B premium. Let's just say it's $200. Then you can go out. If you want to pay for a supplement, you can do that, $150. Now you're paying $350 for Cadillac insurance.
That's amazing.
Right? Or you go to an Advantage plan and you get that for, let's just say, $20. Now you're paying $220 for your coverage. You got no deductible generally.
It's amazing.
No copay for your primary care physician. If you go into the hospital, a lot of times now you're paying a per stay copay. And what I mean by that is, instead of paying a percentage, instead of paying for every day that you're there, you just pay whatever the flat stay is. So some of the plans now are like $300 for unlimited number of days. Seriously.
I've never seen that.
So the quality of the coverage on Medicare. So there's a lot of questions about Medicare's changing. Is it going away? It's going to cost a lot more. The benefits. One thing I will say is, yes, there are changes coming this year.
Yeah.
It is not going to be as benefit-rich or robust as what people have been used to. But it's still pretty dang good.
What I'm hearing.
Yes. I would go on Medicare in a heartbeat if I could.
You make too much.
I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough. Yeah. You know, you can get it before the age of 65, but then you have to qualify through disability, right? You have to be on Social Security disability for 24 consecutive months.
And that means you're struggling.
That means you're struggling because all you got is your SDI check.
I ask it every time because it's actually relevant as hell. I'm hearing facts from insiders that a bunch of big carriers are going to dump a lot of people. Dump like hundreds of thousands of people.
Across the country, it's going to be in the millions for sure, right? And there's going to be some impact here locally.
A lot of panic.
And again, it's panic. And the good. There's a couple of good things, right? The first one is like these plans aren't making money. They're not sustainable. They're not going to be able to hold the benefits.
They're doing it.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to hold the benefits anyway. So what they're doing a lot of times, Marty, is they're terminating that plan because you can only change the benefits. This can get real technical, and I'm going to keep it as simple as possible.
Right.
You can only change the benefits in a Medicare Advantage plan so much over a calendar year. Because there's guidelines on it.
Yeah.
So when they need to change it outside of those guidelines, the easiest thing to do is to terminate the plan and then basically start over. So they're going to terminate some plans, relaunch some plans that get them more into an avenue of where it's going to be cost effective for the consumer and also profitable for the insurance company. I mean, I know we don't think insurance companies or people should make money, but it is a capitalistic society that we live in,
No, you're right.
whether it's right or wrong or all that. And again, I say that and say there still can be a lot of improvements to our system. I'm not like poo-pooing that. But, you know, that's really what's happening is we can't make money on this plan. We're losing so much. We'd like to change the benefits significantly, but the laws don't allow us to do. So we're going to cancel this plan and start another one that's going to be somewhat similar, just not as good.
Lance O'Brien, MediConnect. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
The information you need, people you know, the little things that make a big difference.